Alright, that's enough of that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 52 of Left for Random Talk. Hello, LT.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Sorry, I'm tired.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
So
100
yeah,
degrees outside.
and over here it's raining, so I might disappear.
Though, it's funny you should mention that. We don't know what's going on with our internet and technology over here, so there is a chance that the stream will be cut in half against our will.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. Apparently, I'm just comparing what we've seen with our friend Lycan. We're a part of a node where if a lot of people try to get online all the exact same time, some people get disconnected.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that as of late.
Yeah, so we're in one of those nodes. A lot of people want to be online right now.
Hmm. So yeah, keep that in mind, folks, as we move on,
Yee.
like always.
Yee.
So yeah, this week has been E3. Things have been interesting, to say the least. We didn't cover it live because, holy fuck, that is too much.
Yeah, no,
And
and also things were going on during that week.
yeah, we have lives. We
Yeah.
have jobs. Yeah,
Oh
we've got
god,
shit
this
to
means I
do.
can finally give a spoiler-free review of Godzilla, doesn't it?
Yeah,
We,
yeah,
we can
it
hold off
could.
on that.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just going to be writing something, so don't mind me. So yeah, it's been a hot minute,
Yep.
and yeah, a lot of stuff has been well,
We have a lot in our list.
yeah, and it's been well, like I said, it's been crazy to say the least. It's been like hectic, and people are just kind of being, oh, geez. Like I said, it's been crazy with E3. There is so much we would have to cover. It is just, it's not feasible.
It's just insane. Like we can give like just brief skims over some of the stuff that we've seen, and even that would not cover
Yeah,
all of it.
but there is something I need to say, and that is, so people, as everyone knows, the two best friends, they're no longer a thing, except like two of them still talk, which is Wooly and Pat, sorry, right? So they do a podcast like we do.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about just random bullshit as well, and they get more people because, oh look, it's Madam Wooly. Fuck off. No, I ain't jealous at all. No, but basically, they joked around and they were talking about like the shooter looter genre, and so they coined the term schluter. And then, yeah, you know, want to hear something absolutely retarded? A little while later, Borderlands' latest trailer has the word schluter in it, and Pat lost his mind on stream.
Oh god.
Because well, that's the thing. People know that Randy steals shit all the time, and so right now they're saying that Randy stole Schluter from them. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was true.
We're not
And
stealing it either. We're just pointing it out.
exactly, but the thing is, Pat lost his mind. He's like, no, you don't get to use that word. That's our word. He was just so very angry.
And shorty. Oh wow, we
Yeah.
have 4 people from YouTube and 2 people on Twitch. Hello.
Oh, hi, welcome. So yeah, it was kind of funny. As a shock to no one, Digital Devolver once again stole the show.
Woohoo.
They went crazy, and I love it. They had the Carrion Monster as a special guest, and oh my god, the costume work. That
Oh
was creepy.
yeah.
That thing was disturbing, but in a good way.
I know that uh one of the presentations had a dog. Like a literal
Yeah,
dog just sitting there.
I can't remember which one, but yeah, that happened, and
I think it was
oh my god.
I think it was Ghost Recon.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised it was COD.
Yeah. Let me see. There was also the what's the word? A few other things happened. For some reason, and I need to ask this question now. What is the sudden fascination with the Terminator all of a sudden?
Oh, there is a skin. There's a skin you can get for Gears of War where you can replace the enemies with Terminators.
Yeah, I know that, but it's all the Terminator is also supposedly coming to Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh fuck.
That's my question. Is like, wait, what's with the sudden love of the Terminator?
Oh,
What's going on?
there's a new movie coming out.
Nobody cares about that movie.
Um, Sarah Connor is an old woman with a bazooka. When I went to see Godzilla, it showed a trailer, and
Mm.
she was still just as badass as she was with the shotgun.
Eh,
But
that's not surprising.
and once again, Arnold is in it because he has to be.
Yeah, he can't. You can't have a Terminator movie without Arnold. That's the unfortunate truth.
Yeah,
Which is fine. You know, the guy's a good actor.
he's fine.
He's just old and has a son somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody believes that that isn't his kid. By the way, the kid looks too much like him. But yeah, so that's happening. Again, my question is why all the love of the Terminator all of a sudden? It seems a bit like
It's either a
peculiar.
new movie or something's going on. I'm gonna look into this.
Or it could be Disney, because technically Disney owns Fox, and Fox technically is a Terminator franchise, owns Terminator. Technically.
Came out in 1984.
Right. Let's see. So we do have a few things we're going to be covering today. Most of them are the games we want to see, or we're excited. Excuse me, excited for. And yeah.
Yeah. I've been seeing posts on Tumblr. They're looking at a Nintendo.
Oh yeah, that was
Because
crazy.
the biggest comparison is like the two Legend of Zelda games. It shows a gif of like a chibi Link, and he looks so happy to catch a fish. And then like right next to it, it says, like they say, I love the contrast of this because we see Link so happy with the fish, and then right afterwards we awaken Satan again. And it's disturbing, but also very cool.
Yeah, and based on what happened with the previous Breath of the Wild, like I haven't gone through the Breath of the Wild game. I'm going to be completely transparent with everyone. I didn't find it that interesting. At least for me, I've never been too big on Zelda. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, LT.
So I've enjoyed the game.
Breath of the Wild is similar to that of Skyrim. It's not really really any open world game like Skyrim. It's not a game you can simply watch. It's a game you would rather play and experience yourself. I
Yeah,
tried very hard to watch a Breath of the Wild play from both Game Grumps and SGB. I think it was, or maybe it was Brain Scratch. I don't know. I tried. I did not get very far. Like the farthest I got was with Game Grumps, and that was the first tower. And then I just went, nah, I'm good.
no, for me, it's just kind of been like, you know me type. I like to investigate the story of anything and then just kind of go like, oh, that's cool, and etc. etc. But for me, the Legend of Zelda, what's the word? Timeline is insane. Like we are talking just like, oh, there's this time and that, and I just can't sit there and go like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to devote 4 hours of my or 4 days of my life trying to figure this out. So when Breath of the Wild came out, and it's kind of like, oh, it's still continuing this storyline and this storyline. I was like, That's kind of what's been preventing me from like really just sitting down and enjoying it. Plus, I just don't have time anymore. I don't have time to sit down and say, you know what, I'm going to watch this. Just doesn't happen anymore. And that said, like the only thing I know about Breath of the Wild is this reincarnation hero of time thing's over. Like basically, from what I understood, Ganon's like, no, I'm not waiting another fucking lifetime to come back and try again. I'm ending it now. And then basically, like, it's over. So now the story progresses with the same character. Which, again, I'm like, finally! I don't need to wonder how the previous character died. Which is kind of dark when you think about it. But yeah, so that's happening. A sequel to Breath of the Wild, which people are excited for. You know, there's the new Pokemon as well. The Sword and Shield, I think it's called.
As soon as like all the stuff started coming out, people went crazy.
And the porn went mental.
I actually haven't looked into that yet.
You're not missing much. It's just the same degenerate.
There is a Pokemon that is quite literally a corgi. It's a potato.
And there's an imp, like a literal "I'm from hell" imp.
There's a 7-foot tall gothic knight that looks like a raven. Good job there. There's a sheep. There's a sheep that rolls.
Yeah, that's the one I've been seeing people going mental for because they're like, I want this, and it's like it's both the people who like the design and just want it as a pet, and those who just want to fuck it for some reason.
Yeah. There's also those who have realized the joke with its face and name.
What is it, like floof or fluff or something like that? Or what's it, wool? I can't remember.
Oh,
I just know it's a sheep. No, I just know it's just a sheep. And then I of course know the stupidity of what PETA attempted to do, like always.
Yep. And oh my gosh, and that led to like the Slime Rancher bullshit.
Exactly. But that's
Our
the thing.
Conversations are so weird, people.
Well, basically, I just asked. So Slime Rancher, like, you know, the Slime Rancher is like, it is just farming for slime poop. And you mentioned chickens, and then I immediately asked, wait, can you like make an entire factory of chickens or something like that?
Yes.
You said yes, and my immediate response was, let's piss off PETA with this.
Yeah, they're out of the blue, Slime Rancher is having a big update soon where you're gonna go through a simulation because of one of the scientists. I really like it. Like, I'm excited to see. But anyway, yeah, the two legendaries that they've shown, one is quite literally a wolf with a shield for a chest, and the other is, what is his name? Sif?
Cue Dark Souls.
Yeah, everybody started pointing out Dark Souls, and it's just been exploding everywhere.
The Great Wolf Sif.
Yeah.
Sweet. But no,
I'm excited for this new game, like for this new Pokemon game, because it's not just like the same old formula where you walk through the grass, there's nothing there, and then suddenly a Pokemon appears. No, you can clearly see the Pokemon walking around, and I love that.
Speaking of E3, there is something I want to mention. There is one game that looks to be peculiar, and that is something called Remnant from the Ashes. Heard of it?
Nope.
Basically, nature said, you know what, see these humans? Fuck these humans. That's basically the best way I can describe it, because every enemy you're going to face in that game is some form of tree that has just decided, you know what, fuck this world. I'm going to kill everything now. It's an interesting concept where humans are fighting quite literally nature, and nature is just being as brutal as it can. Which I like it. It's peculiar, it's interesting. I think people are going to like the game as a total. I'm just going over a compilation of trailers just to see what we may or may not have missed, just to be on the safe side.
Just so people are clear, I have set the Twitch account to mature. So, us swearing is safe on Twitch. YouTube, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guidelines have changed a little bit, so it's a little weird.
Yeah, of course we have a few other games coming up. Demon X Machina, which I don't know. It looks like Code Vein and God Eater, and I've just not been that interested in it. It looks cool, looks interesting, but the anime aesthetic is not for me.
Yeah.
Not because I hate anime. It's just if it's gonna be like an anime, that's fine. But I'd rather get the game and like go through it myself instead of watching it. But I don't have time. My backlog of games is insane as is. Speaking of which, I do have an idea I want to run by, and that is, would people be interested in watching live Let's Plays from us?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then I've already got something planned out for this week, if possible. So
That
keep
was
an
my
eye out.
response. I'm up for it.
Oh, yeah, but that's the thing. This is kind of like me announcing it. I've got planned. I'm gonna try something on my end as well. So keep an eye in the future. That's all I'm gonna say.
LT's up for it. Yeah.
All right, good. But it might not come to pass. It may. I'm not promising. I'm just it might happen. So, like I said, keep an eye in the future.
Actually, I want to test something out, but I might do it like some other stream. Oh, I got a nosebleed.
Oh, that's okay.
Usually, whenever there's videos that you send that I'm not really able to show on stream, or like the infamous Fallout video shenanigans where I couldn't mute it or anything, it would take us to a blindingly white YouTube page with the video on it. It was just the page itself. I want to test if putting the video in picture-in-picture mode, which makes it its own separate little window. I'm wondering if that would work, but I would have to test it out.
That does work. Others, it's so that way it doesn't like destroy their stream. So yeah, keep that in mind. And if it works, that opens a total potential for something else. But yeah, so like I said, there's a few more games being shown off. Some we're not going to be covering it too deep into detail, if at all. So yeah, and we've danced around it enough. So let's get into it. So today's topics come as follows, and that is a total of 6. So keep that in mind. We have Monster Hunter World Iceborne. New information comes in with confirmed monsters and a bit of mystery. The Gears of War tie-in game for Gears of War 5, a multiplayer mode before the game even comes out. Cyberpunk 2077, new trailer drops, possibility to meet the game protagonist, etc. We'll cover that. Star Wars Fallen Order gameplay trailer was released, shows off basic mechanics and so on. Halo Infinite trailer. Doom Eternal is going to be the big one. And lastly, we're going to end it with a bit of Rage. Or we could do the Rage first and just kind of have a good stream for the rest of it.
If we do Rage, we're likely going to stick to it.
Alright, then we'll just go in with the first topic of and that is Monster Hunter.
Yay.
So a little while ago, if you want, we could try that whole thing you just suggested. The
recording
window.
a picture-in-picture mode window. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Yeah. Hi.
Sorry, you cut out there. Could you say again?
Trying out the picture-in-picture mode thing I was talking about.
Yeah, we could get the trailer and just kind of talk over it.
Yeah. I have YouTube muted, so I don't know if I should be turning on the sound for it.
Sorry about that. It seems like I had a moment where my connection went crazy.
Noticed.
Yeah, so I'll try and find the trailer on this. Iceborne. I keep forgetting it's spelled with an E, not born in the traditional sense. It's Iceborne.
At least it's not like Jason
Is
Bourne.
it? No, I love the meme that goes, Jason Bourne, it's Jesus Christ. That one's my favorite. Let's see here. Is this the trailer? This is the most recent one. Fuck it. We'll go with this one. Copy. Paste. No, I don't want to go to Geico. Fuck off. I get adverts like that. It's like, hey, can you redirect this link to? It's like, no. Fuck off.
Wow.
All right, there we are. Hopefully, this doesn't explode in our face.
Alright, so in the description below, I'm going to put the trailer.
Yep. Fuck, I feel old.
And I'm also going to put it in the chat on Twitch.
Good.
Because that's just my first instinct to do. Okay.
Jesus Christ, it's Iceborne. I like that.
Pause,
It's
damn
funny.
you.
Alright, testing.
No, pause. Damn you. Stop it.
New.
Okay. Go to
Alright, we
scene.
good?
Window capture.
Yeah. Ow. Elbow.
Actually, I might have to do this a different way.
You gotta love technical issues.
Yeah.
Right, left random talk behind the scenes. That's actually kind of funny.
This is all live, people.
Yes. SGV. Sorry, I'm just thinking about SGV behind the
Whoa.
scenes. What's up?
Oops.
What you do?
Look at.
Oh no,
What do I
the
do?
setup's been reviewed. Now the world knows how we do things. Yeah, that's awkward. Now look upon all the porn I have open.
Shush. We'll just do this.
Alright. Oh, there we go. It seemed okay. We got on full screen. So yeah. Again, basically from the trailer going live, at least on my phone. Like I said, the trailer opens kind of interestingly, moving from, the what's it called? Yeah, we see the new setting, a familiar monster, the woolly beast. Everyone's just kind of decked out for Christmas. Again, it looks all pretty good.
Food.
Yes, the Smith and the food, new food to come. Yeah, again, everyone's kind of getting acclimatized to the new climate.
Oh, that's gotta be painfully cold.
It is. We're wearing metal and we're flying in the cold weather. Brilliant. And yeah, of course, there's something out there. The frost version of the Legius, something's
Legiana.
agitated. Legiana, something's been agitating these animals. Everything's just kind of been migrating out, and they're more aggressive than usual. And people are kind of getting worried. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on? Yep. A nice, and this is supposed to be like the new Elder Dragon, which it's clearly a subspecies of the Blade Dragon we fought in World. And there's the take race. Finally made it to World. It's like, you know what? I like this place. I'm going to stay here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it does count as belong in the Rocky Bay.
Thank goodness Liam's not here.
He'd be losing his mind.
Yeah,
And
so,
yeah.
like, in my D&D
Yeah.
campaign, there are Monster Hunter critters. I kind of regret it. And he got a figurine that
Okay,
spawned.
wait. So there it is. They mentioned the migration song, like something is drawing them. Like this is supposed to be this huge event, and people are like, "Oh my god, what's happening?"
Yeah.
And yeah, it's clear that something out there is just basically saying, "You know
Buddy,
what?
put a
Let's
shirt
fuck
on.
the." Is someone saying, "You know what? Let's fuck the humans again." That's basically what's kind of just being brought up now.
Oh yeah, this was like the new change to Monster Hunter. You get mounts now.
Which I love. It's like finally domestication. This is great.
Yay.
Now where's my giant fuck off dragon? Man, that's hilarious. Yeah, and of course, like I said, the Tigris is an invasive species, so we're going to have to be dealing with those, not have them doing that. And yeah, because someone believed in us. Bullshit! We got here because we're lucky. Yeah, and there's the Glavius scale. She's holding it. You kind of noticed it for a brief second. It does belong to the Glavius monster. Which, if it's coming to the New World, I'm so excited for. I want to fight this fucker again.
That thing looks old.
Yeah. Well, it is in the Rotten Vale. It looks like it's dying. And of course, behind it we have the Puma of the game. And that exact scene where the fire kind of cuts across the screen, that is what people have speculated to be the Glavius tail, like kind of attacking the player, which I think is the case. Personally, I should say.
Oh my god, look, little kitties.
Yes, they're adorable and small. It's like a giant fuzzball. Yeah, and of course pre-order for the Yamo layer and this night set, which, whatever.
Whoa!
Ain't for me.
Oh my god.
What?
Look
What is it?
Oh my gosh.
Why you do this to us?
Why,
Like
OBS, why?
So
There's so many
arrows.
mice all over the screen. I gotta change that setting.
Yeah, but that was basically the new reveal trailer. So, from what we saw, there is a lot to kind of take in, like the new setting, the new world, all of it. I like the look. I like the snow and the ice. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, no pun intended. The idea of mounting small monsters is also very, very cool. Finally, we aren't just running from place to place, burbs. We're actually riding lizards like horses.
Lizard.
Yeah. Also fun. Again, I want to see where this new setting takes. How many new areas we're going to see, the new monsters. Because I'm hoping it's not just all reskins and recolors of previous monsters we fought. Because that would be lame. I mean, we did see that weird moose wyvern thing before. So it all isn't just this. It all isn't just recolored monsters.
I can't take anything seriously if they look like a moose. That's like the one problem I have with Dauntless. They have a behemoth that looks like a moose mixed with a T-Rex, and it's just like, nope, it's a moose. I just like saying that word too.
Moose, the animal of Canada.
Moo.
the deaths. I can't even say it, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Seeing, I like where Iceborne's taking us. The new food is obviously something to die for again. And yeah, there isn't much else that this trailer showed other than the Glavius pieces of the Glavius we found. The scales. This weird animal that's summoning all the other monsters to it. There's it's a lot of mystery, a lot of intrigue, and I'm excited for it. I want to see where this all goes. In terms of monsters and where everything is heading, I should say.
Yeah.
And again, this isn't some small expansion. This looks like to be a whole new area on top of what's already there. And my God, it looks great. Yeah, wait for the trailer for the full thing. It's just basically it's the same area except with snow. Innovative.
No.
Yeah. Again, I like the fact that everyone's actually getting dressed up for the season. It isn't
Except for
just
that
let's
one
wear
guy. He
this.
needs to put on a fucking shirt.
Except the commander, who's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm fine.
Oh, gosh, wait. I
It's
think
like,
that's
no.
Matthew Mercer's character. The
Really? You
one
think
that
it is?
he's the one that saves you from the Anjanath at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his that's Matthew Mercer's character.
Matthew Mercer put on a shirt.
Oh my gosh, that's like the biggest insider joke for Critical Role too. Like for a long time, one of the players, Sam, would like take the Dungeon Master's face, Matthew Mercer, inflate it and put it on a shirt. And he did this like over and over again. He even put himself and one of the other players on a shirt. And then during a live event at one of the most fanciest theaters, I think it was New York, Broadway theaters, one of those styles. The Dungeon Master Matthew Mercer comes on stage, takes off his jacket. He's wearing his player's head on a shirt, and he flaunts it.
Oh man, that's perfect. But yeah,
So
like
yes, put on a goddamn shirt.
I doubt he's actually going to be coming to the New World. I mean, the ice region because
He's likely going to be like sending you off because he's got a lot of work to do.
That or he's afraid of the snow, and that is the thing, by the way.
Because the New World, like where you start at, is his home. That's where he was born and raised.
True, he even says as much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I figured as much, which is ironic. No, he's the captain, sorry. Which is ironic considering that his grandfather is actually going to this frozen place. Yeah. That's backwards. It should be the old man stays behind because he's set in his ways while the new generation fucks off. I find it so weird, but hilarious all at the same time. And maybe this time we'll actually get their names and not just know them by what they do.
Yeah. Or the puns they make.
Yeah. Well, again, it is
this cat chef.
Well, it's kind of what's the word? It's kind of the standard with like anything monster and Japanese related. The characters don't get names; they're not the focus. It's the monsters typically.
Yeah.
Which again, I don't mind, but at the same time, I was like, if I'm fighting with these people, I want to know their names. I don't want to keep having to say, "I'm looking for that shirtless guy." Who? The 5 on the dock? No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm looking forward to Ice.
I'm looking for that one guy with the hair.
The Admiral. He has an amazing flowing locks of hair for an old man. It still cracks me up. But yeah. So yeah, that was Icebeard. So we'll move into Gears of War 5. And that... Oh, and by the way, this trailer thing, I think it was a success. Somewhat.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone's watching this and like is actually wants to comment, do you guys think that worked? Was it good?
I can definitely try that again in a different way.
Alright, well, we could bring up the other trailer if we want for Gears. Again, it would. I think this is a lot easier for. Won't have to. What's the word? Since we don't have to describe everything in intricate detail, just kind of like go, hey, here's this, and this. So let's go into it. So the next one is Gears of War Breakout. Was it, or was it Breakdown? No, Breakout. Wait, hold on. LT, what did you say? Hold on. Let me scroll up.
I can do that. That's gonna do that stupid thing again.
Corgi, November 1st. Where is it? Escape mode, that was it. Here we go, escape trailer. Gears of War. And then there's that Corgi. Sorry, that made me laugh.
Yeah, it's escape mode.
Before we begin, what's that?
He just showed up. Hello, LT.
Oh, okay. Like it took me a second. Like, what was that? Did I break Discord again? If I did, ooh.
No, not this time.
All right, welcome, LT.
Yeah, sorry for the surprise show up. I thought I'd pop in and give some information or 5 whenever that pops.
Right, well, we'll just talk about the trailer first, and then we'll talk about the what's to be expected, I suppose.
This place.
Which,
there's a lot of dogs now.
oh no, there's too many of them.
I do not care about. What is this trailer? This is BDO, isn't it?
No, this is
Elden Ring.
This is the others. Yeah, I don't like Elden Ring.
There we go.
There
we go. There we go.
Okay, so here we go. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, so basically Breakout's, or the escape mode, fuck it, I'm calling it Breakout. It's basically set within the Gears of War 4 setting. And it seems like you're going to be playing 3 characters who will get captured by the Swarm to be taken into their nest and then escape. With the objective like,
disgusting. I did not need to see that.
Well, now you saw it. You can't unsee it now.
I covered my eyes. I'm okay.
They're all pod people. I'm kidding. So yeah, it seems like you and a few buddies are going to be put into these nests with all the Swarm.
Those are
and
robots.
just kind of the Swarm can take control of robots.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a thing. I don't think there's going to be like a setup mode where you plant the bombs and try not to shoot. Like be stealthy. I don't think there's going to be that. And of course, once that happens, the game mode pretty much starts up. Where
keep in mind, people, this game is quite gory.
Yes. I like the idea of like everyone just fighting together, trying to escape before this death gas gets to you. I don't even know what to call it, really. I mean, the idea is good. Fun. You're running forward while trying to be careful of not falling behind. It's actually kind of fun. At least it's a fun concept.
It's almost Left 4 Dead-ish?
Kind of, except there's a death wall behind you.
Yeah, it's like Left 4 Dead style mixed with Doom?
Yeah, I can see it. And there
How
seems
are
to be
her teammates
weird...
not being electrocuted?
I don't know. I guess armor? Whatever. Yeah, I find this weird. The electric knife thing seems to be a bit of a pull for Gears. Because this series... my favorite bit. Just death wall and then pop. Fucked up, but it's funny. But yeah, it's clear that the gas will keep following you. Like, your objective is to keep forward, sealing doors and trying to escape.
At least they found a way to get to at least stop them.
Yeah, it's
if I remember correctly, from the previous game, they crystallize, and the crystals break diamonds instead of the other way around.
Yeah. I find Escape very interesting as a concept. It's just... Is this game mode being released before the game itself? Or was this just like, hey, here's Escape, but here's also Gears of War 5?
Well, considering the fact that Microsoft had stated that there was a live stream going on just after the Microsoft E3 briefing, they had told us that there was also some stuff that the Gears community was wanting to see, which was some gameplay of because they had it ready about that point. So,
okay,
I sat down and watched some of the gameplay, which is one of the reasons why I'm in here to talk about it. The gameplay is technically a way described in that trailer. So you get captured by the snatchers, you get potted, you break yourself out, and once you plant, and the second that the game starts, you plant the virus, and you try to make your way out. You can either stealth your way through and take out any of the robots or enemies that are sitting around, or you can pretty much just run and gun and try to run out that way. However, you'll attract more enemies along if you do that. So
it is a stealth setup first, and then hell breaks loose.
It's optional.
Yeah, practically.
It's both optional.
And there's a timer on the counter, but the virus is actively following in behind you. So it's like you'll have a 5-minute timer whenever you first start out, I believe. And as the virus starts advancing, you'll eventually get to like that area where the door just came down and the swarm would just explode behind. During that area, the timer will actually pause and the virus will stop following you until you get everything set up and you open the next door to go down, to keep going on forward. So you'll have time to restock on your ammo.
Oh, what a nice death wall to
Left
patient.
Dead. Still one of my favorite games.
Yes, but that's the thing I find about it. It's not really story heavy for the for Gears in total, which is fine, but it's welcomed, you know. It's basically just giving people an option to go in and be like, hey, you want to play as these guys doing this? And it's like, okay, that's fine. Again, given the mess that Gears has become, it's better than nothing, I suppose.
If I may ask, what mess?
Hello?
Oh, sorry. What exactly of a mess are you talking about? Like in terms of the story, or just how everything currently?
The story, basically.
Yeah, it is kind of messy. It's like it's not necessarily explained all that well, but whenever you get near the end of the story in the fourth game, it starts getting pieced together with the medallion, which is what they're kind of circling around with the actual story for Gears of War 5. It is originally the development of Gears of War 4. I think from what you told me, or somebody else did, that they were trying to make a couple of the characters. They were basically going to tell the story about what was going on with the Swarm, how they came about, and who exactly was behind all of it. And but then I guess they never got out of the beta testing for the story.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I mean.
Yeah, and it's currently just being implemented for Gears of War 5, which is it's being hinted heavily that Kate is basically a descendant of Queen Mira from Gears of Wars 1 through 3.
Exactly, and that's kind of the thing that they're trying to do with this one, but that when you jump in from 4 to 5, there's just too much of a gap to, be consistent, is the thing. And again, it's not too much of a bad thing, it's just it needs to be more not streamlined, but like focused. Before they said, you know what, fuck it, let's send it out to launch. What do you mean no one's going to understand? It's fine. Now we've got this. Which again, it's not a bad thing. It's just that, like I said, they're trying to continue a story that's been done, and there really is no need to continue it. It's why I'm not that excited. Gears of War 3, it's over. It's done. We've killed the enemy. The Queen's dead. Humanity can start building. Gears 5, lol, no. And like I said,
technically, those who were close range to the bomb, according to what I'm able to piece together from Gears of War's lackluster, is the fact that the locusts who were in close proximity to the bomb had basically disintegrated, as you had seen, both Lambent and Locust. But at a specific amount of distance, that disintegration effect doesn't necessarily take place, and therefore anybody that's like outside of the island, or it's basically all the way back towards the fort where you saw the bomb had activated in Gears of War's prologue, it would any of those type of locusts would just get put in this cocoon state, or a comatose kind of state. You cover it in all those crystals that you saw in Gears of War 4, and then all their bodies would just be dumped in the mines. So they eventually came back whenever they started evolving.
Yeah, but the point is that this story, if you had just had it be the Lambent are dead, the Locusts are dead and the Lambent are gone, but now a new species is kind of like taking up roots like it was supposed to be, well, shit, now, you could have had something else. It's just their attempts to have it bridge with Gears of War 3 and the story overall with the Locust is basically what's kind of handicapping the story going forward. That's the problem. If you remove the Locust from this idea of crystallization and just have the Swarm, you still have something that's dangerous and unknown. But of course, like I said, it's just them trying to bring back what was already done and get people interested again, and it's just not working. At least in the wider variety, I want to say it's not working. Like I said, if it was, go ahead.
They technically said, "Oh, I can hear myself echoing."
I don't know what causes that.
It's Rev. There's nothing we can do on that.
No, that's fine. It just threw me off for a second. But anyways, there was a blog post that popped up at some point, or I think one of the developers themselves actually came up on stage during E3 and mentioned that Gears 4 was technically a way for them to gain the trust of the community whenever Epic Games release the rights to the franchise over to them. And Gears of War 5 is basically a push forward. It's basically it's a similar situation if you think about it to basically Halo. Whenever 343 Industries came in, Halo 4 was like is a way to gain your trust. Halo 5 was technically a push, but at the same time was also rushed by Microsoft, directed by Microsoft. Therefore, that happened. You see how that turned out. But
exactly,
Gears of War technically is a little bit of a different state. They have a little bit more freedom, and I'd say the way they're going currently, I do like the way that Gears of War 5 is looking out, but from the last E3 briefing and this one, there's not really much in terms of the story that was released besides that weird face trailer that popped up, which honestly kind of freaked me out.
Okay, Red, there's a lot of background noise on your end.
I know. I need to deal with something. Be right back.
That's fine. But yeah, overall, I have to say, it's like, to me, honestly, Gears of War is actually in a really decent. They could do a little bit better trying to at least explain some of the story on Coalition's part, but I'd say it's in a decent spot. We're just gonna have to wait until the game actually gets released or the tech demos gets sent out to the public over the next couple of months, from what they said. Which I can't exactly remember the legitimate dates. I'll have to go and look them.
Yeah.
I think they said they were planning on releasing a demo for the escape game mode sometime either, I think, near the end of this month or next month. Again, don't take me up on this. I forgot about it since the E3 briefing, but at some point I'll try to find it. Now, let's talk about the pre-order bonus.
Oh, no. No. Oh, my
I know
gosh.
you guys already talked about this.
I'm back.
I was just getting into the pre-order bonus for Gears 5.
Yeah, which was basically that mess.
The Terminator. Yeah, I honestly don't understand why they decided to put put a Terminator in there, specifically a T-800. It's something that I was kind of confused about because not a lot of people were actually interested in it, but for me, I was actually excited for it. But somebody mind explaining to me exactly what's been going on in terms of that?
I did actually check.
We don't know.
It's not an anniversary at all, because the movie came out in October. Ugh. And the new movie's coming out in November. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's very peculiar. I don't sudden interest in Terminator has suddenly appeared. I honestly couldn't tell you. I've tried everything I can to kind of understand what is going on, and so far nothing's been clear in terms of, hey, here's this and this is why we're doing it.
Well, I actually went back on. What is it?
Oh, that is not an original Terminator. That's a newer model.
Yeah, it's a T-800.
Okay, so in the trailer I saw for the movie, because again, went to see Godzilla, the enemy, the bad Terminator, is a combination of the original and the second guy, the liquid guy. He's
Yeah.
both types in one. He just looks like a T1800. But obviously he's black and red, so he's a true gamer. I can't believe I just said that.
Oh, come on.
But it is a new Terminator character, not original. So they're not doing a homage to the original. They're just hyping it up for the new one.
Yes, in this weird apocalyptic setting.
Yeah, and as I was looking through on the Gears of Wars on the Coalition's website on the pre-order bonus, I actually looked around and turns out the Terminator is not the only person getting sent into the game. Apparently, that woman you saw in the trailer during E3, or at least the post E3 trailer,
Yeah.
she's getting put into the game as well on the COG side.
Of course. Let's see. Well,
So-
I'm not surprised too much. But that's the thing. Like I said, does anyone really? I don't want to say this like in a mean way, but does anyone really care about Gears anymore?
I technically do. I'm ripping stuff out of the games as we speak.
I mean, in terms of like the wider, like if we were to put this head to head with something else, would it still? Does it still draw people in like the old games used to, or is it just kind of like, I'm a fan of the old games, so might as well kind of situation?
You could say the exact same thing for Halo. I mean, you'd be surprised how many
Sure.
people actually haven't played Halo as of recent, as well as Gears of War is technically the same way. It's an acquired taste. So
I see. Well, like I said, if this goes well as anyone can hope, then it'll be interesting. I will be talking with my sources just to see where this is going, and if anything changes.
yeah, it'd be nice to hear something from a Halo Infinite every once in a while. Trust me too.
Oh yeah, like I said, I've been out of touch with my source at Halo due to at 343 due to a lot of restructuring they've been going through, and I wasn't sure if he's there or not. But anyway, we'll cover that when we get.
Yeah.
So we've covered that. Let's get into Cyberpunk,
Everybody has been talking about that one.
because Keanu Reeves.
Strictly that.
You're breathtaking.
Yeah. And this year's E3 has just like been a big like, shout out to actors and old characters. Like we have like the Terminator in Gears, we have Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk, we have the newer Punisher in Call of Duty. I think it's Call of Duty. We have Hannibal in Death Stranding.
Netflix made an appearance at E3 as well.
Norman Reedus in Death Stranding as well.
Yeah, it's just been crazy. Let's not even don't even get me started on Nintendo, because I still think that reveal is a big thing. By the way, I'm excited for that. I don't even
Fair
play
enough.
Smash.
Banjo Kazooie for Smash Brothers. The meme is no longer.
Yes, I am so excited.
I actually found it hilarious that they just read K. Rool trailer
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
added Banjo. Yeah, but anyway. So, to give a bit of context, Cyberpunk 2077 came out not that long. But actually at the E3.
Yeah.
And it didn't show a lot. It wasn't a gameplay demo. It was more of a here's the story and everything demo. Where the character I think you're going to be playing as is called Jack, I think. I'm not sure. But it doesn't show a lot. It basically is he's doing a dirty job for some mobster. And then he turns him in, or is trying to get him turned in because he drew too much heat. And again, that's kind of stupid when you think about it. It's like you hired this guy to get you your chip and lead the cops to your hideout by turning the guy in. You stupid.
Hey, it's very stupid.
Yeah. But of course, basically, the game also the trailer shows off what you can do in the game, or what one of the weapons you will have, and it's basically scythe blades in your forms. Why? I found it so out of place, because okay, like here's the thing, like Ghost in the Shell and other cyberpunk things. Typically, cybernetic arm blades like that tend to belong to like high-end female assassin bots someone hires, not your protagonist to be a good guy.
Yeah.
It's so out of place. And when I saw it, my immediate thought was kind of, okay, so he's part Scyther. All right. Woo. And like I said, it was interesting. Apparently, one could hack his system and just kind of basically stop him from moving, which I also found interesting. Like it shows the idea that like some people have cybernetics that can disable the other ones, which I liked. Overall it's pretty cool. And the trailer was like what, only 5 minutes or so, not even that. It cut between what happened with the job, why Jack's buddy died, almost getting killed by his employer, and then end with Keanu Reeves just looking at you. It's like, I'm trying to remember what they call him in the game. It's like Diamond Arm something.
No, it's Johnny Silverhand.
That's it, Johnny Silverhand. I like that.
So, there's a video on the BuzzFeed channel where Keanu Reeves, still dressed as John Wick, gets to play with puppies while answering questions. I love that series, by the way. I absolutely love it. Like answering getting celebrities to answer questions while playing with either puppies or kittens. And like, oh, Emma Watson played with kittens, and she just lost her fucking mind. And then like a J-pop band got to play with puppies, and they took it extremely serious when one of the puppies fell asleep. It's like, don't make a sound.
Jeez. Like I said, I've sung Keanu's praises before, but it stands with, and for good reason. The guy's he's honestly a good person.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. The fact that I find it hilarious because he plays a killer in one of the best movie trilogies out there at the moment, and yet he's just this nice fellow in real life. It's like, oh no, it's so weird, but it's also so sad. And by sad, I mean it's like people will think he's just mean all the time. It's like, no, he's not. And to have him actually be in the game and be a character, that's going to be interesting. You know it, everyone knows it.
Never really played a Cyberpunk game, but I'll be happy to actually play it if I ever decide to.
I've been playing Deus Ex 1 just for the fun of it, and the setting is interesting. It's very, like I said, the cyberpunk setting is very interesting. You know, tech forcing human evolution along. It's always an interesting concept, and it seems to be more of the same for this game. It's being painted in this new color, so people are kind of like not sure what to expect.
I'm looking up like trivia of John Wick. Apparently, Keanu Reeves had the flu during the nightclub fight in the first film.
Really?
He had the flu running 104-degree fever. Dear
Jeez,
gods, man.
that's dedication.
Yeah.
The dedication of that man.
Yeah.
Hell, if that were me in that position and doing that bar fight, I would have passed out mid.
Oh yeah. He did like 90% of his stunts himself.
Yeah, and he's from that generation. Nowadays, I get the stunt double to do it. I can't be bothered to mess up my perfect hair. I miss the days when an actor could actually, be an actor. Yeah, but no. That's the thing. I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk. A lot of people are kind of worried about where it's going due to internal strifes with the studio. We've covered what's been happening with CD Projekt Red with like the Witcher book writer getting salty because he's not getting as much money as he wants from the studio. Actually, I need to look that up. Let me find out what that dumbass has been
By
up
the
to.
way, those who play Payday 2, you can play as John Wick.
Yes.
That's awesome.
CD
There was something else that happened recently that Rock Paper Shotgun actually brought up. Not entirely sure if either of you, but in-game advertisement, not necessarily safe for work to pull the image up on stream.
Hold on, before you continue, I've got an update. So
Alright.
this is from Kit Guru, and that is CD Projekt Red report.
What?
CD Projekt Red reportedly. Oh, no, I will not cancel my ad blocker. Fuck off. The CD Projekt Red reportedly shows lawsuits which are off. And yeah, the guy was trying to sue CD Projekt Red because he wanted more money, even though he had already agreed to take a lump sum of the money from the beginning because he didn't believe in the medium. So he's like, no, I don't care about the royalties or anything. This project's going to fail because I say it's going to fail. So just give me the money now, and that's it. You won't get. I won't take anything else because he thought it was going to fail. But now that The Witcher is the most popular game RPG out there, he got pissed off because of like, well, shit. What am I going to do? People aren't looking at my book. Pissy because he wanted more money and he tried to strong arm them in a lawsuit. So according to this, it says it is no secret that the Witcher series author Andrzej Sapkowski didn't strike a great deal when he sold the video game rights to CD Projekt Red. At the time, the studio paid less than $10,000 to obtain the rights and has gone on to find huge success, creating a trilogy, Witcher titles and spin-offs like Gwent. Sapkowski filed a lawsuit late last year in an effort to obtain $16 million in royalties.
Greed is what gets the best of us, and most of the time they will fail.
And according to this, now this week, which this was created in February 5th of this year, the lawsuit has been settled. The CD Projekt lawsuit came to light in October last year. At the time, CD Projekt Red confirmed that it received an official demand for royalty payments in the 16 million range. While the studio wanted to maintain good relations with Sapkowski going forward, it also stood its ground, calling the lawsuit in regards to merit. Now both parties have come to a settled agreement, according to the report from the Polish news Pulse Biznesu. CD Projekt Red will undisclosed sum of money to Sapkowski, but it is not the full amount.
Whoa. You need to drop out of the call and come back. Hello.
Okay, hopefully I'm fine now.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. Where did I cut off at?
Undisclosed amount of money.
Yeah.
Okay. Closed amount of money to, but it was not the full amount he initially wanted to obtain. This are still up in the air regarding the exact amounts. The settlement deal comes in any change of CD Projekt Red's Witcher licensing agreement. Hopefully those details will clear up soon. So yeah, let's hope that they basically said, nah, we're going to give you $1 million and that's it. I'm hoping that was the case.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see that's finally been dealt with. So yeah, let's move on with life, basically. But yeah, like I said, this project looks to be good. There are some internal issues, but I don't see that affecting the game whatsoever. Hopefully.
I'm still looking at trivia about John Wick. Like, did you know they put bacon grease on Keanu's face just for the dog to lick him?
Really?
Yes. Like when the dog climbs onto the bed to lick his face, they put bacon grease.
And bacon.
Yeah, and like the puppy was the beagle puppy is named Andy. He was 8 weeks old when the movie was made. I almost said video.
Oh jeez. Well, you're not wrong. I'm hoping that Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that was wholesome.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping that Johnny Diamond Hand in the Witch. I almost said The Witcher.
Silver.
In
Silverhand.
Silverhand. Why do I keep saying Diamond Hand? It's like my mind wants to say like, no, he's better than this. But no, I'm hoping Johnny plays an interesting role in the game and not just like some generic, NPC. I hope it's something worthwhile. So yeah.
He'll be a main character.
Hopefully. Again, the whole setting seems to be like a very cops and robbers-esque idea, but being brought into a more like crazy setting. So who knows? I'm hoping it becomes something worth getting. And if it comes to PC the right way, through Steam, not fucking Epic, because nobody likes fucking Epic. It's more glorified spyware, if anything. But yeah, if it comes to PC, imagine the amount of models people are going to be ripping from that.
Yeah.
The possibilities are fucking endless.
No, trust me, there's already people looking into what they're using, and they'll be having the tools on standby to test out and rep.
Yes, and then check the code and find out how much of it was reused from The Witcher. More of that later.
Exactly.
And of course, before we leave this topic, let us put something there on screen so people can look at, and hopefully this becomes the thumbnail for our for this episode.
Let me see.
This ought to be good.
Okay, hold on.
You know someone's going to print that out as a poster and just put it in their house. You know that's going to happen.
You have to admit, he looks really good. Like, the models look really, really good.
Oh, yeah. And no doubt is actually in the game, and I love it.
I think what they did was mocap.
I wouldn't be surprised. More games are using mocap.
That said, like, when we were watching the Iceborne trailer, I couldn't help but notice how shiny and just, pun not intended, frozen in place the old guy's face was.
Well, I don't think any of Monster Hunter actually have what's the word? I don't think they're mocapped. I think they're sculpted by hand. I think. Anyway, don't quote me on that. Really, I see what you're doing. Jesus.
You planning on hitting him with that heart arrow?
Hey, I really don't give a shit. He's not my type.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, whenever someone brought up a question about it, asking if Keanu Reeves' character Johnny Silverhand would be a romance option in the game, they said that they're not able to spoil it. So I mean,
it is.
So yeah, I mean, it's possible for anybody who's interested.
Yeah, soon.
You guys enjoy that.
Yes. Hang out with me so we can kill guys in the incredibly elaborate ways with a pencil.
I actually made that joke while playing Warframe with Liam. We were talking about D&D as per usual, because when I'm hanging out with Liam in a call, he talks at you. Like, he can't really take silence very well, which is fine, to each their own. I'm keeping this picture up long enough for it to actually potentially become a thumbnail. Anyway.
Please.
You have to have it up for a certain amount of time. We were talking D&D, and at one point, John Wick just suddenly appeared in the conversation. I think it was when he was making his newest character, because his Dragonborn decided to leave the group. And he said, I want to be this paladin that's on a conquest oath. I said, okay, what happened? Did they kill your puppy? He goes, yes, I am going to be John Wick with boobs. Because he's playing a lady. I said, yeah, I know the perfect weapon for you. A pencil. And that's it.
Sorry, and now that I brought up the fucking pencil, I've now thought of something stupid.
Oh, boy.
A joke from SGB. when they were playing Sly 3.
Oh boy.
And they made Bentley out to be the thug life, right? That whole bit where he insults a guy's mother. And then they started saying, well, I fucked your mom in a wheelchair.
I remember that. I like when they exploded during the fight with the opera singer, just because of what Murray said that was so violent. And they just grew and grew and grew with it.
Yeah, I remember that. They turned Murray into the most hardcore wrestler alive. The
Hulk
Murray!
Hogan.
Exactly. They turned him into Hulk Hogan without his anger management pills. I don't care if that's not real or not, it's a thing now. But yeah, so that's basically Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I might buy it when it comes out. I might. I am against the day one DLC practice. So, keep that. But anyway, let's move on into the next game, and that is Star Wars Fallen Order.
And nope, I accidentally got rid of the Cupid.
Oh no,
Cannery's
Cupid's
gone.
gone. Alright. Well, a little while ago, DICE, which is part of EA, unfortunately, showed off. Yeah, we still need to make that EA Parasite one of these days.
Wait a minute. Do I still have the picture?
Just put the EA.
Yes, I do. I
logo
do.
on
I
top
still
of
have the
picture.
picture. There we go.
Put it up. Yes, perfect.
I still have it. I'm never getting rid of it.
But yeah, unfortunately, DICE is part of EA, and the game Star Wars Fallen Order is basically it's Uncharted Star Wars. Let's not mince words here. It's exactly the same gameplay as Uncharted, where you climbing up shit, leaping from shit, and yada yada yada. Except you have a lightsaber, and it becomes a hack and slash when you fight people with the lightsaber, which I'm okay with. Unfortunately, when you go ahead.
Some people were kind of associating it with Dark Souls, the way that the gameplay.
I was about to bring up Dark Souls. But unfortunately, when you use the lightsaber, it's more like Dark Souls with hack and slash mechanics.
Exactly.
And you hit someone with a lightsaber, they don't fall into 5 different kinds of pieces. DICE, what the fuck?
You know, for a company that has the name DICE, I mean, there's kind of 2 options that would happen there. You think that they would be specializing in gambling or something like that, or they would be specializing in weapons that would actually cut through.
Well, no, because loot boxes are officially gone.
Oh, right.
Technically,
Yeah, the
that-
U.S. legislation in effect.
Yeah, which, thank fuck. Finally, I can live in peace and not have to... Oh, what's this? They're coming up with something worse? Fuck. No, but basically, like I said, why am I cutting people with a lightsaber and then to 5? This is not how a lightsaber works, people. It cuts you. You lose limbs.
And it cauterizes the wound.
To be fair, previous Star Wars games didn't necessarily have them being cut into half, from what I've seen. I mean, you've seen the Force on.
Best Star Wars game ever made, the Jedi Academy games. You cut someone, they go into like 5 pieces, and they continue to fall into pieces the more you cut.
Okay, I was not informed of that one. Then again, I never played them.
People love it because if you see a stormtrooper and you cut him with your lightsaber, his torso will come off, and if you keep cutting him, he'll just go into like smaller and smaller pieces. It's like Metal Gear Rising.
I was gonna say Warframe, because if you keep smacking a corpse, he just reduces to a head.
Yes, that too. Except it's more detailed. Like, I don't know how they did it, but every time you cut a limb or anything off of an enemy in that game, they go into, like, the model, what's it called? Oh my god, I'm trying to think. They basically go to pieces. Like, you know what I'm
They
trying to
fall
say?
apart, pretty much.
Yes, that's it. They fall to pieces, and it's like insane the amount of deep sea in it. And to this day, no one's been able to replicate. You know what? Here, I'll even show you guys. Like right there. Like if you were to cut anyone in the game, they go to pieces, and the body's. And this isn't like model clipping. This is like actual damage on the model. The fuck? So before anyone says, "Oh, all the great games don't have lightsabers that cut,"
That one Star Trooper goal.
yes.
Not gonna lie, that actually scared the shit out of me.
What, me?
Woo!
Yeah, you startled me.
Sorry. How I laugh changes every day, apparently.
Yeah, but like I said, all the Academy games had the best lightsabers, cut people into 5 different pieces, and it was amazing. It showed how grisly the fucking lightsaber really is. What happened? Why is it now that a lightsaber is just like a sword that doesn't even cut?
Censorship, that's what.
Ah! I blame Lucas.
We went from a very gory, bloody trailer of Gears of War and then this.
Yeah, you see that? He's like, woo!
It kind of looks like someone took a scalpel to a couple of action figures, and that's what.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The guys who like make those incredible. Yeah. But that's what I'm getting at. I was like, what is wrong with this game now? Why is it that I'm cutting stormtroopers and they're just falling over with a little slash on them? This isn't how the saber works, people, and you know it.
Well, I mean, look at the bright side. At least you're able to use the force pull and then just impale a stormtrooper as he's flying towards you.
That is the only fun thing. The force abilities are retardedly overpowered.
Overpowered. Uh-oh. Oh no! Whoa. Hi.
What I miss?
Stream froze for us a few seconds.
Yeah, I did mention that.
Woo. Sorry. That makes me laugh. Woo! Can we crop that out? Like, just crop that section of it and just have this guy, like, just always happy. Like, woo!
Just, whoa! What's wrong with that person? Or if you're in a group and you're going, whoa! Oh, they're having a nice time.
That is Randy Feltface. I know who that is.
Yes, thank you.
I have been binging that video.
Same here.
Okay, so for those of you on YouTube, there's a low video output. If the buffering becomes too much for you, there's a link in the description for Twitch. So I would definitely suggest going there instead.
Alright.
Thought that meme was dead.
No.
Let me smash.
Please. Man. But yeah, like I said, like I said, it is very much Uncharted when it comes to moving from place to place, and that's all right. You know, gameplay-wise, it's fine. Combat is basically Dark Souls, where it encourages you to be smart with your attack. At least with certain characters. I mean, with the Stormtrooper, you just rush in and cut him. He's like, eh. The Scout have stun batons for. Why give
cutting
these
out
guys
so bad?
all right?
'Cause, 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 Go.
I'm here. What I was saying was, I don't understand why Scout Troopers suddenly have stuff. Why? Who said, yeah, you know what, let's give the snipers of the group the stun baton.
There are way too many memes you can make out of this one.
You notice what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm actively watching.
Yeah.
I should not have this power.
But we do.
But I am the one in control.
Exactly. Parts of the, like I said, parts of the trailer where our gameplay was interesting. We saw a few characters. We saw a few. Actually, we saw some songs, which I found kind of weird.
What might that be?
I say weird in the sense of like we've seen him in Rebels, we've seen him in the Rogue One, and it looks like he's just what's the word? He's just started to lead his group. That's the thing, and I find it weird that he's bald. You know, when he starts off before like the cybernetics and everything, and suddenly he gets. I never understood that.
Yeah.
It looks like someone fucked up with the timeline. It was supposed to be he has hair, and then he goes bald. Yeah,
Have I
whatever.
never seen the movies?
I don't know. Like I said, I mean, even in the movie, I think someone fucked up the editing, and it just went south. And they said, you know, fuck it, we'll keep it like this. He debalds easily.
Yeah, I did notice that too. It was really weird.
Yeah. Other than that, we've really.
I'm more concerned with that stormtrooper sitting off to the right side that looks like he's holding that rifle as a rocket launcher.
It's like, I know what I'm doing, goddammit. Pew. No, I like I said, I like what it was doing. The droid you get as a compatriot, I actually like that little thing.
Yeah, but it has the same design from Star Wars Battlefront 2's campaign character, with the droid being. I like the idea, honestly, but the current droid, it's a little different from the rest of them that we see.
Yeah, which I don't mind. I like the fact that this droid is it's a walking set of binoculars, and I'm okay with that in terms of like what to expect. How do I go really? How do I? But that's the thing. I like this concept, and I like his design. I just find it weird that for some reason this droid just climbs on your back. It looks like it shouldn't do this.
What's next? You can detach R2-D2's body and you put him on your back as well.
That's the thing. It has the body of a parrot, right? Small design, like same size, same general of a parrot. So you would think that, hey, why don't we add a repulsor system to it? It's like, nope. It just has legs. That's it. I like it. Apparently it's... Or DB, I can't remember which. And it looks like a little... design-wise, I think it's supposed to be like a scout droid. Like something you deploy to look at call back.
Yeah, you want to know what I think about this? Like this little droid. Yeah, it reminds me of a mix of Wall-E, that little cleaning droid, and I think there's another robot somewhere in the movie that had legs. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I can see it.
It looks like all of those mixed into one little droid here.
Yeah, and again, I'm not too perturbed by it, and it's actually a smart idea to have this little droid on your shoulder because the little light on its head goes green from healthy to red, which is a good way of showing, hey, your character's health. And apparently can also like dispense stim packs to help you. Yeah,
and that also brings back what the Dark Souls thing, because whenever the way they were describing it was you lose health over time in the game whenever you're getting damaged, and there's no way for you to heal unless you have the droid give you one of those little stim packs. And the only way you'd be able to replenish those is if you head to a which I'm not entirely sure what those look like. Really?
It's funny. I like it. I like the setup. It's kind of interesting. They did show off some of the other things. The only thing the game I'm worried about is the Wookiees they showed off. Those looked absolutely dreadful.
Good or bad way?
Cheap costume way.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen the Wookiees yet.
Oh, here we go. So, yeah, someone fucked up somewhere in this gameplay trailer.
They could have just used the Wookiee warriors from like Star Wars Battlefront 2 at least.
I think they did, but someone fucked it up.
Oh, this ought to be good. Whenever she puts it up on the stream, I wonder how bad this is going to be. It can't be any worse than what I've already. I mean, the main character's face comparing the in-game look to the freaking cutscenes. Wait, what the?
You see?
What is this?
You see, someone fucked it up. What happened? Why would you do this? Oh my god. What's wrong with your face? I have to.
What is going on here, brother?
So wrong. So very, very wrong.
Why in the world does this seem like something that will pop up on Rick and
It gets worse. Because there are more of them in the trailer and the gameplay, and it's like, why?
Is that supposed to be like a regular Wookiee, or is that Chewbacca?
Regular Wookiees. Like, the mission is to save Wookiee captives. And they all look like that. And it's horrifying. I don't know why you do this. Yeah, pretty much.
It looks like someone took. Hold on. There's like an old little hat that I have sitting on top of my closet somewhere. It's like one of those old camouflage hats that have this fur on the top. That's what that fur is. What I feel like is on top of that Wookiee right now.
Yeah, I can
it's
see
that cheap looking. Oh no! Come on!
This is a kind of power we should not have.
Oh my gosh, they're blank faces.
It's so bad. Bad. I don't get it. Why can't people get Wookiees right anymore?
Budget cuts. That'd be my guess.
It's a fucking carpet with legs. There is no such thing as budget cuts with this. There shouldn't be.
A little bit of shampoo wouldn't have helped on the fur as well. I mean, Jesus, it looks like
God, that one. That one is horrible. Like, look at that.
That looks like the kid Sasquatch from one of the old shows I used to watch.
Wait, have you guys seen Chewbacca's baby sister?
Oh God.
So weird.
Well, okay, no, this picture looks like freaking Pennywise in the suit.
I was actually about to make the joke.
Drugs? No, thank you. Drugs. No, we're fine. Drugs? Who invited you? I guess. But like I said, outside of the these are like the rest looks troopers or the guys with the electric staffs. Those are actually fun to fight. Like, they're smart, they have force immunity. if you try to force pull them, they'll just lunge themselves right at you and smack you in the face, which I'm fine with. Again, they're all fun. There's even moments where one of them will be like, have you called for reinforcements? And one of them's like, yes, they'll be here in 5 minutes. And no, it's like, what happened to our reinforcements? And the other guy's like, sir, they're all in retreat. And he immediately says, good, no distractions. Like, these guys think so highly of themselves, and then you own them horribly. Like I said, I'm fine with that. They also showed off some of the two other enemy or foes in this. One of them, I feel like is out of D&D actually.
Oh boy.
That's your field of expertise.
Yep.
Like you'll see.
What, this weird spider thing?
Yes.
Kinda, yeah.
Apparently, like the game doesn't doesn't explain what they are. It's like indigenous fauna of the planet, which I don't think this is Kashyyyk. I think it's somewhere else. But
So,
basically,
Oh my god.
in D&D, there's an entire race of evil elves called Drow. And they worship a evil demonic goddess called Lolth. Lolth.
Sounds like someone misspelling
Yeah.
text
But
message.
she is they are all about spiders. They love spiders. And if you fail Lolth, she turns you into a spider centaur. It's not fun.
that doesn't sound so bad.
Like, the thing is, she is merciless. The civilization is ruled by females. Males are only kept around for breeding and experimenting and sacrifices, etc., etc. They are not treated very well. But they are all
Sounds
about
like the
spiders,
foreign
and this
race.
looks like something you would see in D&D. Definitely, like a phase spider or something.
Yeah, and what's interesting, look around the image, you like old Clone War era stuff, like the clone trooper helmet, a torso up there. It's actually kind of interesting. But like I said, I don't think this is Kashyyyk. I think it's another system altogether. And like with any good gameplay trailer, it ends with the character in peril by being grabbed by one of the droids we've actually come to like from the new Star Wars, played by a good actor.
Oh yeah, that one that you'd usually just see walking around the Imperial.
Yeah, I actually
Or
like
New
these
Order
droids a lot.
ships, New Order.
I like these droids a lot. They're actually kind of cool. And, like it's a humanoid being, of course, it's not human, but still. The idea that these things will actually be like a very powerful enemy you have to fight, like they're brawlers, kind of makes me... I don't see them as that. Like, they're too scraggly. I mean, I'm sure it could hurt you if it punches you really hard, but like as a big fuck-off enemy, no, not really.
Oh, these are
Oh
those
my
God.
assassin droids.
No, they're not really assassin droids. They're Imperial information droids. Like, these things run your file errands, basically. Like
Assassination George would be like that one that you saw that had the freaking pinhead and the three
IG
circle
model.
things. Yeah, the IG models. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, that's not it. It's the one from Rogue One that has to tell the truth.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Which, again, I like those droids. They're actually kind of fun. It's interesting. But, yeah. Overall, Fallen Order kind of shows off, like, hey, Dark Souls meets hack and slash. It's like, oh, okay. Not that ball.
By the way,
Like I said,
shag carpets.
No, I just realized the design on the robot. I don't know why. Like, I'm getting a whole bunch of like mixed vibes and references from a whole bunch of other stuff. This robot, by the looks of it, as simple as it is, for some reason this reminds me of the enemies from Wolfenstein.
Yeah, it does. Because they have the similar kind of humanoid, but with gangly sort of limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, like I said, it's fine. I stopped being a Star Wars fan, unfortunately. So it's not for me anymore. And again, we can I can point to that one round-headed fuck for ruining it. You all know who I'm talking about.
Disney.
No, Brian. Round-headed fuck. But we all know that Walt Disney had a fucking round head.
Oh.
No, it's Ruin Johnson.
I had no idea who that is, honestly.
He's the director for the latest, or he was the director for the latest Star Wars movie, and he's
What?
famous.
Like the last two that he made, the main ones, not Rogue One, but the other.
Episode 8. He made Episode 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. The man who almost single-handedly destroyed the franchise.
Didn't realize it was that bad, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, the best way to describe it is like this. A man was given the task of making a Halo movie, right? And then the director is given all the information about what Halo's about, what the Master Chief's about, everything, right? All handed to him in a silver platter, right?
Yeah.
With me so far? Okay, now imagine if the director said, fuck that, yeeted all the information out the window, and said, I'm going to make my own thing, and I'm going to call it Halo.
Halo 5 Guardians.
Yes, exactly. Ryan Johnson is the Brian Reed of Star Wars. That's the best way to put it.
I'm so glad that guy's out of business.
Yes. Now I'm just waiting for round-headed fuck to get out of business. And I am plotting my vengeance slowly, methodically, like a fine wine.
That
Subtly.
kind of scares me.
Trust me, I play the long game. I wait for someone to be at their lowest possible point, and then I come in. And I don't even do anything. I just say, so, remember that thing 5 years ago? Yeah, how's that feel now? And then I leave. Or not even that. I just wait for them to have the shittiest time, and then immediately ask, was it worth it? And then walk away. That is how beneath me you can be. That is...
Pages out of Nightwave, I see.
Exactly. I just wait for it to just be the worst possible time for you, and then I come in, and then I leave. My worst thing I've ever done to someone I believe is like below me was sending them a bad sandwich, and that was it. That is how much contempt I had for that one person. I conspired to have a food truck deliver a terrible sandwich to them. Oh, man.
Just buy a sandwich from Subway and then have it sit in the freaking microwave for about 35 minutes.
No, I drown it in mustard.
Oh god, that's even worse.
I don't know why, but that idea of
You should have thrown in some mayonnaise for good measure.
just the idea of me plotting to destroy someone's lunch is hilarious.
With mustard.
Fucking mustard.
The mustard!
Get the mustard, get the mayonnaise, and someone throw in some ketchup.
Yes, but other than, like I said, so we're just waiting. Right. So we've got 3 more things. We got Halo Infinite, Doom, and then Shenmue.
I'm just having too much fun with the Stormtrooper.
Stop editing the Stormtrooper, goddammit.
Curse you, mustard!
Tis but a flesh wound.
Oh, you are very far behind.
Curse you, mustard. Oh god.
Alright. So let's go into... Actually, since you're here, we'll be able to talk about this more freely, and that is Halo Infinite.
And oh boy, there's quite a bit to... Ever since that friggin' trailer went live at E3.
Hold on, I will be right back. Keep talking, I will be back.
Alright. Ever since the trailer got released at E3, people have... and they released the video on YouTube, they put the video at the highest quality of 4K. Been pausing it here and there as it was going through. And apparently, they also threw in a whole bunch of codes, free codes for either Xbox Live Gold or Game Pass Ultimate, which I thought that was actually really cool. About a month or 3 or so. and there's been a lot of information in terms of lore that they have pulled from the suit startup as well as even with the interior.
Back.
Welcome back. So,
Right. So where were
we're gonna
you?
go over the trailer, or you want me to just talk about the information that people have dug out of the trailer?
We can talk about the information people dug out and then trailer. So there isn't much to go over in the trailer to begin with, really.
Well, at first glance, not really, but whenever
Well,
you stop and look through it.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like it's a slow burn. That's what I want to say. But so basically, to sum it up, the trailer is interesting. It's basically a UNSC pilot in a Pelican shortly after getting hit by a Guardian, and he's been stranded out in space. Time passes, and then Master Chief arrives. He powers him on, and then they see the ring. Well, semi-destroyed ring, but that's basically what's happening. So, from the thing people have gathered, let's be blunt, there has been a time jump. It has been a few years since Halo 5.
About maybe 3 or 4.
Yes. According to the people I've spoken to, when the trailer was coming out, I got into a few people, and they gave me some stuff I can talk about, some stuff I can't, obviously. So I'm just going to say what I was told through my source, and that is, we weren't able to do much with Halo 5 due to the position it was. It didn't make any sense to continue the story right after Halo 5's ending, since the galaxy's in too raw of a state, and we really wanted to build it up. So we're doing a time jump into the future. We aren't saying how long it's been yet, and that's basically where we're sitting at. Master Chief and everyone else. It's also to explain the armor change as well, and that is because since the AIs are getting the ability to shut down newer technology, basically going into suits or Spartan suits and shutting off vital supports, basically trapping the Spartans inside their armor. They're going back to old armor styles that don't have AI ports and things of that nature.
Friggin' called it from last E3's video showcase.
Yeah, that's basically how that's basically what they want to do, because they've heard you people. They know that you hate the new art style. That's why we're going back.
The majority does. There's still some people that are complaining about it on Twitter. Those people can go fuck themselves for all I care.
Yeah, and those people are wrong. No. I love you all. But that's the thing. That's basically what's been confirmed. They haven't told me the Halo ring itself.
We figured that out at the trailer. But you can go ahead.
Yeah, they wanted to be a surprise for when the game actually came out. People figured it out already, so they're like, well, fuck. So, yeah.
Yeah, it turns out the ring that we saw in the trailer was actually Zeta Halo. The reason there were 2 areas that we practically figured. Actually, there's 1 area specifically that we figured this out right off the bat. And whenever that was whenever people were viewing the video in 4K and were paying attention to the details in the Pelican, the radar that you saw as the camera was panning into the cockpit actually said reference Zeta, and people basically pieced together that was actually Zeta Halo that we saw that was completely damaged whenever we panned into the windshield and saw the ring that had that missing chunk on.
Exactly, and the bit of the missing chunk. But the gist of it is okay. You've got a gun, right? How do you stop a gun from being turned on you? Well, you don't make it work.
Sabotage.
Yeah, that's basically what they're insinuating. Cortana. She's used the rings already to basically nullify some stuff, and now she doesn't want them being turned on her. So out the fucking window you go.
I also kind of find it interesting that the fact that even though that piece of the ring was missing, that it actually was still able to hold an atmosphere in that.
Oh yeah, that's a gravity. It's a gravity bridge basically. It's why the ring hasn't broken into hasn't snapped completely in half. Like there are things on a Halo which, if a ring is damaged, right, like a section has been torn off, like in Infinite, there are generators and things of that nature that will come online and just pull the ring together. Like it'll keep that section's gravity there and keep it going.
Tell that to Halo come out of Vault whenever that ring completely shattered into.
Well, that was an entire explosion, and there was just too much blowing up to put in the emergency systems. It's more like a situation of, okay, this section's broken, but there's nothing else going offline. Okay, so we can just kind of turn on the emergency generators, keep it going. Versus everything is blowing up, fuck the ring, we're leaving.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So that's going on. And like I said, they haven't really told me much about where the story's going, outside of like what was shown in the trailer, what I was allowed to tell, a few tidbits here and there, like the armor, the reason for the armor change, what's been going on, like the fact that Oni is still active, but it's down to 2 people, basically.
It's down to 2 people.
Yeah, Admiral Hood and the current leader of Oni. What's her face?
I thought Admiral
Osman,
Hood was. I thought Admiral Hood was the leader of the Navy, not the.
Basically, it's cataloged in a book, but basically, he was meeting with some Oni officials when the attack on Earth happened. And they scrambled, they got Hood out of there because he's an influential person. They flew to a colony that's not been known, like a secret Oni colony specifically. Like, if the war ever went in the wrong direction, you know, like if the Covenant won the war and began committing extinction against humans, Oni had these like colonies set up to keep themselves in power, basically.
It's basically how the Forerunners did way back in the Forerunner Flood War, whenever they were trying to retreat, and some of them, like the Librarian, was set on the these remote worlds that were reserved for only the highest of.
Exactly, but basically, it's her, him, and BB. You know, Black Box, the Oni AI, is still alive, and they're actually contemplating if they should kill the AI or not, because they don't know if he's been compromised. And that's basically where it's left off at the moment. There is an active resistance against Cortana. Some Spartans have actually chosen to join her.
What?
Yeah, some Spartans have actually agreed to align with Cortana because it's just basically like, you know what, fuck it, let's join, because they see the greater good, just like how Fred kind of saw it with in Halo 5. You know, he's like, you know, that's not a bad idea, really. It's the same thing.
I've got a bad feeling about this already.
Well, that's kind of the point, though. Cortana's made it abundantly clear that if anyone joins, she'll be sure to make them welcome within her new empire. That's basically what happens. Not only that, but a Spartan training AI called Ares has also betrayed the UNSC and is helping Spartans improve their armaments to fight the other Spartans who are like using older generation armor. But he's dead, so that doesn't count. Buck has reunited with the remaining members of his team, including Dutch, Romeo, and Mickey, who have all gotten Spartan enhancements.
Wait, the entirety of Halo 3 ODST's characters have been made into Spartans. Are you?
No, I am not. I will not kid about this.
Well, I mean, with the exception of, well, you know, the rookie because he's dead. But seriously, what in the hell?
Well, basically, after the rookie's dead, Oni offered them, you know, all position, and I think Dutch turned it down because he's just too old and he wanted to retire with his wife. Mickey and Romeo took up the augmentations because Buck did. You know, they all stayed together. Then Mickey betrays them because he's an insurrectionist, and then they come back to this prison because they need all the help they can get, and so they get Mickey back. Even though he still doesn't agree with what they're doing, he sees the AIs as a greater threat. And Dutch has come back to them with his wife because they can't. It's not that they hate each other and they can't stand each other. It's more like they can't stand civilian life, and they want to get back into, you know, doing what they feel they do best, which is fighting.
It's about the same whenever Marcus was talking to Cole and Baird, and they necessarily missed. They kind of missed the Locust in a weird mess.
Exactly. It's just you do it so long, you kind of get kind of. That's basically what happened.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I can understand that honestly.
yeah, so they're currently running operations against Cortana, like a sort of strike team at the moment. And that's basically where we're at. Humans are still fighting against the creative, along with Covenant support. Basically, San Helios has become the hub of this little resistance, and that's where we are basically. However, this time jump is going to put that into question. And yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, and now let's get into the armor of the Master.
Yeah, it's basically it's what's his face from Halo Wars 2. What's his name? I think he was the leader of Red Team.
I don't think that's who you're thinking.
No, I'm saying that the armor's construction, all of it, is based around the recent changes by the design and everything, like the circuitry and everything about the new armor, was taken from the design of Red Team's leader, the one who got his arm broken, basically.
That wasn't Red Team's leader.
At least
I don't think so. I'm thinking it.
I can't remember any of their names, unfortunately. I never do. But basically,
yeah, I forgot their names as well. I'll try to figure that out later.
It's fine, but that's basically what's happened. The armor was based off of that, and that's basically what all the spawns are rolling out with now. This modified set of Mjolnir, taking the circuitry and some of the aspects of the new armor while keeping the plating and the older circuits from the old to prevent AI takeover. Some Spartans are also being encouraged to use empty AI chips specifically as a trap to capture an AI if it attempts to take over the system. Hence why Master Chief has an empty AI chip with him. Not just because he's emotionally broken about what happened with Cortana, but also as a precaution.
Yeah. I'm looking through the chats on one of my Discords right now that was dissecting the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
They took a few screenshots as to what all they found within the trailer, like the way the Pelican currently looks, the stuff that was on the console, a few things here and there, as well as the boot up screen for the suit, because they managed to get some information on that as well.
Yeah. Again, the devils are really in the details.
Yeah, and it turns out the AI chip that we saw in the trailer as well is the exact same AI chip that we saw in the last one that was near the end. The last, like 2 years ago in 2018, which it says GTN 046A-. But whenever we saw it in the trailer, the AI was practically gone.
Yeah. And again, now that it's not have AIs anymore, which of course heavily cripples the Spartan, but
Yeah, but I mean, there's still massive tanks on their own.
yeah, it's more like you're just missing an extra set of eyes. That's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah. According to what everybody was describing this as, apparently what the armor is a mix of basically multiple versions of the armor iterations from the classic look of some of the armors like Halo's 2 and 3 armor, plus iterations from Halo Legends, which, like the package, that's actually what I loved about it, because I saw the shoulder pieces and parts of the chest. I was just like, Halo Legends right off the bat.
Yeah, and like I said, they don't have access to all the armories they used to, so you need to make compromises where you can. Which is, again, all right. Overall, like I said, this trailer does show where it's going, what's happening. It does set the mood to know, okay, where are we going forward? And from what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing, this does look like it. I don't want to say it looks like the end, because we thought that was the end with 3, and that's not the case. Instead, it's more like this the created song would be the best way to put it. And again, I'm fine with that.
I'd say I'm fine with it as well, but we're gonna have to wait until we get some more information on it later.
Yes.
Like we don't exactly know when the fighting is gonna start for it. Which that I'm gonna be excited about whenever they do release the information on it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. There ain't much else to talk about it. I mean, it was a quick trailer with not a lot of information in it, at least in terms of the setting where you are in the game. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you dissected it a little bit, there.
You would find a
I'm
lot
still trying to
more.
find that. I'm still trying to find that picture of the beginning of the console on the Chief's helmet. Apparently, it was described as it was a Mjolnir Mark III, I believe.
Hmm.
Was instated in 2559 and was last modified in 2561, 62. I can't. So the last modified date is fairly recent to what had happened in that trailer. So
Yeah, so you get a general is the best way to put it,
yeah,
but not something that you could say like, oh, it's this exact date and this is that's not the case.
yep.
So,
If anything, if you want to dissect it, then I suggest looking on Halo Canon or Hidden Xperia because they both dissected the trailers.
oh yeah, those guys, like you give them like a minute of anything and they'll pinpoint just about anything in it, really.
Yeah, that's extremely shocking because whenever like even though the video during the E3 briefing that kind of means some stuff, but whenever they actually sat down and was dissecting everything, I was shocked at what all they found because half of it I didn't even get.
Well, that's the thing. These two are like the best when it comes to finding Halo stuff, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, they're fine.
So yeah, honorable mentions to those two in this situation.
Yes, if we can get them on our show, that would be awesome. That probably won't ever happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly wouldn't rule it out.
If back with them and set something up, I won't say no. Maybe. Anyway, so yeah, that's about everything in Halo Infinite, I suppose. We've got 2 more things to cover.
There's
You guys
there's one more thing I want to bring up though that I just noticed.
Hmm.
It turns out the pilot, the armor that he's wearing, was actually the same concept armor that you saw for Halo Reach whenever they had released all the concept art for the pilots. One of those was the same armor that the pilot was wearing in the trailer, which that I think Sol Burnham was the one that pointed that out first. So thanks to him for that one.
Interesting. All right. So then we've got that. We've got 2 more things to cover. You guys still good?
I would actually like to get up and get something to eat because I'm very hungry.
All right, we can take a quick break then.
Yeah.
All right then. So, folks, we will be back in a few minutes. Do whatever you need to, and when we come back, we will cover our last 2 topics of the night. So, yeah.
All right.
Alright, folks. It's just me and you right now. I'm going to be playing the intro music on repeat. If you don't want to listen to that, that's fine. Just mute and tab away. But I am seriously hungry. I got to get upstairs and make something to eat. So, I'll be right back, everybody. that's enough of that. Hello, I'm back. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm back. I have hot dogs.
I wouldn't have made Easy Mac.
Well, the good news is the dog's owner is here to take them home. Bad news is the dogs are very stupid. Especially one of them.
Why do you say that?
So the house guest has two little chihuahuas. One looks like a shrunken down golden retriever. He's very pretty. Could be mistaken for a fox if you're not paying attention. And the other is a larger chihuahua who is rather young and dumb as sticks. He does not listen to anybody. He eats out of the cat's litter box. He has not learned his lesson that the cat is also very dangerous, so he keeps eating from her food dish and getting really close to her. Recently, because my brother and I try to tire him out so he doesn't scream at people, because he doesn't bark, he screams, he's been associating going outside with playing with the ball, which is not what we're meant to be doing. He's meant to be going outside to go to the bathroom. So instead, he will sit outside in the sunlight with black fur the entire time, staring at the person that went outside with him, hoping they have the ball. Even if your hands are flat and you show him both sides, he still thinks you have the ball in your hand. And when I try to call him inside, he will just sit there. Or he will go to the other side of the yard and just sit there. And it is 100 degrees outside. And he still sits out in the sun waiting for the ball that's not there. I've even shown him me picking up the ball, holding it in front of him, and setting it on the ledge over and over and over again, making sure he was watching, then showing my empty hand and the ball still on the ledge and taking it outside. He still thinks I have the ball.
That's really weird.
He is a dumb fucking dog.
What's this about dumb fucking dogs?
The little chihuahua that's been a pain in my ass. The one I keep complaining about.
My context for anybody that just came in here, that's kind of out of... That sounds better.
It's fine. I'm just waiting for my calzone to cool. Yes, I have a calzone.
I have 2 hot dogs.
Amazing. Awesome.
They're the type of hot dogs with little nuggets of cheese in them.
Oh, that's lovely.
But the problem is I'm scared to eat them because I couldn't find the ketchup, so all I have is mustard, and I've been spoiled via honey mustard, so it's been a while since I've had mustard.
You see, it's all part of my plan. I put the mustard in there.
I don't remember what mustard tastes like properly.
You see, it's all part of this plan to destroy you with mustard.
There's you mustard.
Anyway, so we're back.
I'm gonna be muting myself on stream, but I'll still be able to talk to you guys because I want to eat my hot dogs.
I'm just eating it as it is right now. I don't care.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's see how this goes. That's a giant glob of mustard.
It's fine. So, a little while ago, at E3, Doom Eternal's finally got more stuff shown off. And oh my god, I want so much, yes.
Yay!
But before we begin, let us get a meme out of the way. Bethesda has finally acknowledged the Doot meme.
Oh, I know where you're gonna talk. I know where you're gonna bring it.
Yes, I have to bring it up.
I thought it was gonna be the vegan demons.
No.
Oh no, it's even better. You're gonna love it. Trust me.
Oh boy.
Because thanks to Bethesda and ID acknowledging the Doot meme,
No, it's not ID.
Well, whatever.
Oh my god.
They acknowledged it. Since they acknowledged the meme and had and even in the Doom 2016 cover art, casing, they actually threw a dude's revenant in the background. That's a little hard to see, but you can tell it's there.
Oh,
Mhm.
Stormtrooper's still there.
And the pre-order, what was this? The pre-order bonus?
Yes.
Yeah, the pre-order bonus allows you to play as a revenant.
With
But
Doot.
yeah, but in other words, it gives, instead of the two shoulder cannons, it's back to the clone troopers. Oh boy!
Yes, but
instead of the
basically.
shoulder cannons, it's actually the two trumpets, and it's just beautiful. Look at it.
No, and they're combining two memes, actually. They're combining the Doot and the tuba armor. Because that armor is straight up a tuba.
Oh my god! I
thought
didn't
they
notice
were,
that.
I thought they were referencing that video where the Doomslayer smashes a creature's head into its torso and you hear the honk noise. It's still my favorite thing.
Oh yeah, they acknowledged that too as one of the executions.
Mm-hmm. But I love the fact that they've acknowledged the Doot. I'm so happy.
I also like the fact that they have a bonus campaign master level as well as the throwback shotgun. I mean, that shotgun looks good.
Yes, it does. Any shotgun in Doom looks good.
You make a fair argument.
Mm-hmm. So, Doom Eternal's latest trailer came out. The first one, well, I guess the third, and we saw some new things. For one, the Marauder has been confirmed to be an enemy you will be fighting in Doom, which is kind of sad because I had hoped the Marauder was like the Doomslayer's teacher, like the guy who taught him how to kill demons so well. But no.
Marauder?
The guy with the axe.
Oh, him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the trailer that showed the Doomslayer running at him with a chainsaw, that was one of the best things I had.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you never know if it's gonna be like yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like a chainsaw v battle axe duel, like it's gonna be quick timing things, or if it's gonna be something else. But that has me interested. Also, HH.
Really? I'm starting to regret this.
Trust me, I'm not regretting.
But no, I like the fact that the Marauder will be an enemy. I'm okay with that. You know, as a rival foe, I like it. Another thing to keep in mind is that they showed off some new demons and some new designs. I'm loving what they're doing with the Hell Knights. I absolutely adore the fact they have eyes now.
That's going to be terrifying to see. I didn't notice that.
Well, there's actually an enemy that a lot of people have actually not noticed, and that is there is a cyber Hell Knight in some of the gameplay.
A cyber Hell Knight?
Yeah, basically the upper torso region, like his arms, have cybernetic components that produce energy blades. He's like a Baron, but what's interesting is during the gameplay, he ignored the Doomslayer and beelined for a imp, and then smashed the fucking thing into the floor.
Considering the fact that the regular demons and the cyber demons are practically at war with each other during this time, I wouldn't be surprised, because you do see a lot of crossfire whenever you're running into a major room, and then you just see fire going all over.
Yeah, and that's something I like is that, well, it shows that the UAC has successfully created cybernetic demons that have failed to control them. Demons that actually will go after other demons. I love it. It opens a world of possibility. Now, if we could get the fucking things to stop turning on us, that'd be fantastic.
Oh God, I see. That is a very terrifying.
I love the look. I love how chunky he's become, and the face just screams yes to me. Yes, chunk face.
Yeah, the beady eyes are what's getting me though. It's so close to them.
Apparently, what's interesting is that it has confirmed that the Hell Knights are a step or an evolution below the Barons. What is it?
That's the first video I've shown on the stream with sound. I'll do it again.
Oh dear. Oh, really?
I love that noise. We go back to the stormtrooper.
But yeah, Bethesda has confirmed that the Hell Knight is a pre-evolution to the Baron of Hell, and you can see it now with this new look, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's cool and all. Let's see what else. Oh, right. Go ahead.
The other thing that I saw whenever I was watching the trailer was the fact that they brought back the old Doom 3 Cyber Demon.
Yeah, the Balder demon. Yeah.
Yeah, that shocked me at first because not too long ago I was transferring models from Gary's Mod to Source Filmmaker, and that demon was a part of the pack, and I was just like, it's very low poly, but at the same time it was shocking.
Yeah, it's like someone out there's like, can you not do that? You know, we fight we fight enough to keep models as is. Can you not? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but I like the way that model that specific demon looks whenever it's put into the new.
I'm okay with it too. It's just the cybernetics look too small in certain parts, and I've showed HH this before. It's the cannon. The cannon looks too small for its body.
Yeah, it looks like it's been sawn off, like a sawn off shotgun or something.
Exactly. There's something off with the cybernetic arm, and it's like, did we run out of material when building this?
Well,
Yes.
I
Okay.
mean, considering the fact that most of what they were going for was for the Cyber Demon in Doom 2016, and you saw how big that.
Yeah, but at least its body looked proportionately correct. This is just like, and now we have a short arm. Why would you do
Big
this?
head and little arm. Not sure this
Exactly.
saw through. Pew pew.
Well, that's the thing. I like the look of the new Cyber Demon. He looks adequately menacing, and when I saw him, I was like, yes, I'm going to kill you again.
That and giving us the like a mechanical crucible looking blade. That's amazing. That in total.
The Crucible.
The
Crucible blades are amazing, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, more of this, please.
Imagine that being in the multiplayer.
That'd be crazy. There are 2 new demons people have noticed that have also been shown off, and I've got mixed opinions about them. The first one is like this weird snake demon that looks too much like a dominatrix for me.
Oh yeah, there was that one and a bat creature.
The bag creature? What?
No, bat. B-A-T.
Bat? Oh, the gargoyle. Yeah.
Yeah, the gargoyles.
No, there's that, and the other demon as well is the tripod demon, like with the cybernetic lower half, and they confirmed that this creature is actually called the Carcass. Which, again, I'm not too bothered by the idea. I'm actually alright with that. It's just... Oh, excuse me. It's just very, very... well, it's unimpressive is what I want to say. The Carcass, I mean, it just looks like something out of Rage or...
It has the
Rage.
same fear energy as that gun in Borderlands with the tiny legs. It's not very threatening when you see it charging at you.
From the UAC in terms of the Cyber Demon technology, that is just terrifying to look at. It's not really much. To me, it doesn't strike me as a snake. It strikes me as like half centipede, half. By the just look at the image.
Oh yeah, well that's the other thing. It has chain whips for some reason. I don't know why you would think this is a good idea. It's dangerous enough as is. Fucking stop.
Yeah, and then you got the that new that cyber man. I mean, what is that?
Well, that's actually something I want to talk about. Heaven is getting involved in this war, and we've already got confirmation that someone leading these demons, or a faction of them apparently, is an angel. And Yeah.
As
So
soon as
what's
Rev pointed out that there was like an angel in the trailer, I went, you know, if I know anything about mythology, they are not on our side.
oh, they don't give a shit
Mm-hmm.
because fuck angels.
Yeah, but then whenever you see the Doomslayer get involved and he's right in front of you, you better be either running or practically just embracing your death, because you're probably gonna be pissing your pants on everything.
You're doomed to begin with. Might as well just accept it.
Yeah.
But that's the
He can't
thing.
get to you in that moment. He'll just find a way to find you later.
He'll get you later. There's no surviving that. You are dead. Yeah, that's the angel. And there's actually I find it interesting because I slowed the trailer down to get a good look at the face, and I noticed something. When it was airborne, before the wings came out, they weren't there. And when the wings opened, suddenly that yellow light or the yellow feather suddenly materialized. And that's what makes me think this isn't an angel. I think it's a fallen angel.
Looking at it from a distance, it does seem like the face isn't as holy as you think it is. It seems more like another variation of the cyber demon.
Yeah, I see it too.
Yeah, because the wings are mechanical, and then the body doesn't have any legs. The overall wingspan of it kind of seems like it is. I mean, Jesus.
But that's the thing. There's a level that has been speculated to be heaven, and we see these statues there. That's the thing. Right? We see statues of this exact creature there as well, very holy and angelic in nature.
You
So
think
I
this
don't.
would be like the holier version of the gargoyle?
Yeah, I doubt it. I think it is some like archangel or something high in heaven's command structure, something of that nature. In fact, in the pre-order, in the collector's edition, there is what's it called? It's called the Gift of Argent Power. It's a poster, and in it we see figures. We see angels coming down from heaven, giving humans a golden object, and behind the king is this weird semi-holy figure as well, like a human priest. And if this is true, this kind of brings up something horrifying. What?
Just that map. What?
Oh yeah, this is supposed to be. People think this is heaven, and if that's the case, it's like fuck this place. No, and it gets worse because it's clear that these warriors are the Knight Sentinels before they were betrayed, and then the demons caught the power. And the fact that the angels are getting involved, I think they're not here to help humans. I think they're just here to get their power back, and they don't give a shit.
They never
And given
have,
that,
really.
yeah, and given the fact that in the trailer, says it is their time to ask for penance, implies that they're not here to help anyone. They're just here to give the power to the next people.
Sounds
And
like
if
it sounds like a repeat of what they were doing with Hell in 16.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then fuck these people. Fuck everything. You all suck. And
How
of
many times we
course-
gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
Exactly.
I love young people.
And of course, Hayden has been thrown out of the picture. He's been betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not surprising, actually. It's like, fuck that guy. It's like, I'm not the villain in this story. Fuck you, you are.
Oh yeah, that also brings up another area. Did anybody catch a glimpse of him getting completely destroyed and hung up in one of?
No, I don't think I did.
He was completely messed up. Like I think he was missing both of his
Oh,
legs.
that's it. Yeah. People have speculated that it was it was either a Baron of Hell or a Hell Knight that did that.
Why specifically either of those two? It could have been one of their failed creations.
No, because this type of wound, this type of damage is common to both of those creatures. They have a thing for ripping things in half. whenever
Oh
they.
yeah. Like one of the executions for the Baron of Hell is basically just. I see that.
God damn it, Steve.
You're not in this context.
But Prime soon does relate to all this. Soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, soon I'll kick ass. No, they've also confirmed. But yeah, Hayden's been throwing out a picture, and if that's the case, the dumbass has lost the Crucible Sword to the demons. You idiot!
Dun, dun, dun.
And it's like another Easter egg. I'm gonna go find that.
I
I mean, thankfully we have an iteration of it that we can use in the way.
Oh yeah, it's thank God for little miracles.
It's
but
the little things.
Exactly, but that said, the story's also been shown a bit more. Not only are we going to hell and heaven, but also to Argent Denur, where the Night Sentinels used to live, and we even meet their leader, which is something I find incredibly interesting, or what's left of the guy. Hell, even the location looks amazing. Like I see this castle and I want to go there. It's like this would be my summer house. What do you mean there are ghosts here? Fuck you.
Almost look like a giant dick.
Exactly. You see, this is why I want to go there. No. It's a euphemism for my penis.
So, my favorite picture in the world is a Christian church had a fire hydrant break outside the door, and it shows a top-down view. The church is in the shape of a dick. And the spray is from the tip.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, that's definitely on purpose.
Either that or God has a sense of humor. But yeah, so we've got that. And like I said, there are so many demons we're going to be facing. It isn't just old faces, it's new ones as well, and all this crazy shit. Even ghost wolves. We're going to be fighting ghost wolves, goddammit.
Dun dun dun.
Well, apparently, I had a hunch, and I asked, hey, can you look into the code real quick and tell me, what the animations are? Guess what? The wolves are ripped directly from Skyrim.
Oh my god.
I'm not joking.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
We did a side-by-side. We found the animations were exactly the same. I can't wait till people play it, notice it, and start doing side-by-side comparisons.
Please tell me they at least refined some of the stuff.
I think they did, but that's all I can say. Right. So we've talked about the demons and the possible story, what we're going to be, right? Basically, heaven and hell are going at it, and the Doomslayer's just going to have to fuck everybody up. Actually, there was one line of the trailer I actually did like, and that was when, I believe it's the king who's talking to the Doomslayer, but he basically says, as he's kind of like walking away from the temple, like going back to the fight, he actually says, they are no longer your people to save. Which really hit me because, like, if Doomslayer is no longer human, or, by any stretch of the imagination at this point, but still sees people, like human beings, as his kin, his species, and is willing to risk it all to protect them. Because in the trailer, the guy also says, if you keep this up, you'll bring down the heaven's wrath on everything. And yet he's still willing to do this for humanity. It really is something special, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, this guy sees humans for the potential they have, and doesn't forsake them like everybody else does. Which, again, hits you in the feels, and you're like, God damn it, I want to fight with I want to prove it. But no. We will have to settle with ripping and tearing through the Doom guy. And slaughter.
We're not ripping and tearing the Doom guy. We're ripping and tearing through his.
Exactly. It's just gonna, the potential lives through him, in a sense.
Yeah. Wasn't one of the potential bonuses that you would get if you signed up for the community. Was it the Slayer thing that you would get a specific skin for the Doom
Oh
Slayer?
yeah. You'll get like a zombie skin, 25th edition skin, and a zombie mancubus, ghost pain elemental, kaiju not revenant, kaiju. Oh god, what are they called? Archvile. And I think that's it. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But those are fine. Those are cool.
Yep, they're pretty good.
So, like I said, I'm looking forward to all this. It's going to be insane. But now, since we talked about it, let's talk about the weapons. There are no weapons. I'm kidding. Could you imagine that? A Doom game without weapons. That would be insane.
I'm just gonna go ahead and hop off right here. I gotta go do some things. Sorry, initially, sorry that I barged in earlier, but
That's fine.
thought I would help you guys.
You're fine. You're fine.
All right.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later. All right. But yeah, no, that would be insane. A Doom game without weapons.
How
would you?
That would be like the challenge of Serious Sam going through the entire game without shooting your gun, but instead just melee killing everything, or trying.
I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine that a Doom game without guns would be you just punching everything to death in the most over-the-top way.
As long as it adds that squeaker noise.
I'm just picturing the Doom Slayer just leaping through the air, with fists out, going through a Kako demon, and just like lodging himself inside the chest of a giant demon, like a little bullet. Kinda, yeah. Oh man, but no. Some of the new weapons they've shown off are some of the same we've seen before. You know, the Argent-powered rocket launcher, the shotgun Gatling gun, the laser gun, the new railgun, the super shotgun with meat hook attachment. Which, my god, yes, I love it. But a new one was also shown, which was it was a huge minigun, which when you would fire it, like its alt fire, it would open up into 4 miniguns, and then you would just kill whatever's in front of you. I take it back. That is now overkill. The overkill gun. But no, the one thing I don't like about the minigun is its energy now. It's not bullets. And it doesn't feel visceral to me, you know? It lacks that punch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll make do. I suppose I'll have to make do with just killing my enemies with red hot radiation rounds. Sigh.
Less sigh.
Less sigh, yes. But I'm okay with that. Like, all these weapons look visceral and amazing, and I love it. And I can't wait to just check out the alt fires and just murder everything I fucking see. I just can't wait. That and firing the BFG 10,000. I will fucking find a way to move Phobos to Earth to kill whatever I need to. I don't care what happens. It's fucking happening. I've already put the plans into motion. Fuck this world and everyone on it.
Yeah.
Hold on, where is it? There was something silly I saw. Oh no, don't tell me I lost it. Oh no. Okay, let me check another chat real quick before I continue. Hold on. But yeah, like I said, it's like I want that gun. I know it's like the size of a small planet, and I won't be able to feasibly put it in my pocket. But I'm going to do something with it.
Hammer space, bitches.
Hammer space, exactly. Hell, hammer space. Here it is. I found it. Yeah, I love this thing so much. I want to make it a poster. Or inspirational thing. Introducing the BFG 10,000. Cause fuck everything in that direction.
It's like when people find pictures of lightning strikes and they say, fuck this one thing in particular.
Exactly. Oh, or like that Bastion animation where he's just throwing his balls at everyone and then saying, fuck you in particular. Oh. Yes, from Pimations. Wait, there is one thing we need to show on stream. Like one video that exists in which it shows the Doomslayer in his purest form. I don't think you've seen this. So let me look it up on Google, YouTube real quick. I almost said look it up on Google. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Like I said, he has ascended to his purest form in this.
I don't know why, but my mouse shows up whenever I'm not looking at
Hmm.
it.
Oh, like I said, he has ascended.
Oh, good.
Oh, you're gonna see. It's like after this, is there anything the Doomslayer can't do? That is gonna be the big question after this.
I don't care about Quest.
Jesus.
It's a casino over near Spokane. It's like 4 hours away.
Jesus.
I don't care. I don't gamble.
By the way, so this thing isn't a BFG technically, but it is like a you know, it has similar principles, and well, you see, Mars is broken. By the way, Hell is has physically broken open Mars and has spread, right?
Oh.
So there are sections. Yes, so there are sections of the base that are just slightly out of reach. So let's do the thing we have to do to reach that place. And by that I mean let's become a human bullet. I'm not even joking.
He should be dead.
Oh, it gets better, trust me. You'll see.
Oh, I gotta add.
It's okay. Fire the Doomslayer. Target that fucking thing. Yeet! Like I said, after this point, there's nothing the guy can't do. There really isn't. He has ascended into his purest form. A human bullet. It's like your world is doomed now. Fucking way to stop him. Oh man. What?
It's already. It's.
What?
Hello, friend.
Hello. You guys have good content, cool stream, left random. Reference profile. Best regards. Oh, thank you. Brisi Mohai? Thank you very much for those kind words. Okay. But, yeah.
We'll consider it. Thank you.
Yeah. But thanks anyways. But yeah, like I said, there is so much amazingness that Doom Eternal is bringing in. And I just can't wait. I really can't wait.
The
And
human bullet
after-
thing is similar to Sea of Thieves.
Exactly. After that, is there, like I said, is there anything the Doomslayer can't do after that? The answer is no.
I mean,
No,
we've
he
already
cannot.
established, because somebody did the research, he has like all the eligibility to be the next pope.
Yes.
Like if you follow the guidelines of how of like what you need to do and what you need to be, what you should and shouldn't do to become pope, he follows all the guidelines perfectly. Aside from the fact that he murders demons.
And even then, that doesn't count against him because he's murdering fucking demons.
I like when the developers were questioned about their game, and they said they were really confused because you're a guy killing demons. How is this negative for like those with under religion?
Exactly.
How is it bad? You're killing evil, specifically demons.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying Doom is the best Christian game out there.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't ask for a better role model to live up to, basically. You see evil, destroy it.
Depends what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, but like pure, unadulterated evil. Again, to quote, you'll never defeat the human spirit. You'll never win. It's my favorite bit. But yeah, overall, I'm excited. I want to see where this goes. I can't wait for all the insanity we're going to do, the demons we're going to slaughter, and of course, the models that people will bring in. King Yi. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. There is a slight moment in the trailer that I think a lot of people actually missed. And that is, there's a Titan on Earth.
Oh boy.
Like remember the giant, skeleton in the other game?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, one of those is alive and is on Earth right now.
Oh,
In the
gosh.
trailer, you're inside a skyscraper and you come up to his dick. That is how huge this demon is. And when I saw it, I was like, fucking yes. I need to kill this now.
I thought that was gonna go a completely different direction.
No, well, there is no dick. That's the thing. It's like, you reach the dick level, there is no dick. It's just, it's a stereotypical, how do, this thing's naked, but don't give it a dick, because people will get angry. Fucking why? Oh, man. Like I said, it's just... I can't wait for... I think it's coming out in September. It's like, that can't get here fast enough. To the cryostasis. Away!
You're gonna go up to the mountain, freeze yourself like Cartman did.
Yes, and then wake up 10,000 years later to a weird future in which otters, for some reason, are super intelligent.
Wee. Nintendo Wii.
Oh man, is it clear that we're excited for Doom? Beyond anything
I don't
else?
even play Doom, and I'm excited.
Yes. Ah man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. And of course, but now we must talk about something bad.
Oh boy.
And
Don't worry,
that
I'll
is...
do my Godzilla review right afterwards, so we'll be happy again.
Let's go. But yeah, so a little while ago, Shenmue 3, the project has finally gone through. I'm going to be completely transparent. I have no idea what Shenmue. Never played the games. I didn't grow up with the Dreamcast, so I can't like speak from a point of rage like a fan or anything like that. I can't. And all I know is that this game, the third installment, was supposed to come out 15 years ago, and it's been 15 years since they've had the third game. So just to give a bit of context. So my heart goes out to them. But basically what happens is that one of the developers, or a group of developers, asks fans to support them on Kickstarter. Yeah, it is Kickstarter. And they're like, okay, you know what, we need this amount of money to get the project through. I think it was like 16 million, something of that insane caliber. And so the developers are like, sure, we thank you. They already had the Steam page set up. They had everything ready to go. They could have released it at any point. Like that, the game was already set to go. It just needs to get out there on the consoles.
Yeah.
And then at the third, or like at the fifth hour, I don't even know if that's the right saying. It's like before everything kicks off. Or I guess midnight hour if you want to be technical. Or whatever. Basically.
Final hour.
Yeah, and at the last hour mark, they go Epic Store exclusive. And this isn't like an exclusive like, oh, it'll be a few months before people can play it on Steam. No, I mean like flat out, it's never coming to Steam kind of thing. And people were angry. People were beyond mad because they gave their hard-earned money to this project that never would have been anywhere with it. And the devs just said, you know what, even though we've... actually, what is it? The quartering puts it the best. And that was they got a no-interest loan and are now just fucking everybody over. That's basically what it is. So naturally, people are angry and they want funding they've given to the project out from the project. Okay, nothing bad about that so far, right? It's completely. Hmm? Well, guess what? They're not giving them refunds.
Oh, gods.
At the minimum, they could do that, but they're saying no. Fuck you all, you're not getting your refunds, go to hell. And people are angry. People are... to say that they're angry is an understatement. And they want to reach out to Kickstarter proper and say... Because part of the rules is that, you know, Kickstarter... you have to offer refunds, especially if your project doesn't deliver. It is part of the rule set. And they're breaking the rules. They're not completing their promise. They're screwing their fans over, and people are upset. And they are refusing to give them their money back. And people are, like I said, they're just flat out saying, okay, well, we're not going to buy the game. We're not going to play the game, yada, yada, yada. And that's the big problem, you see. So you've gone to the Epic Store to be exclusive for pretty much ever, right? That's great. You're all, you know, that's good for you, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't mean jack shit when your audience is not going to buy your game.
Yep.
It's like, the best way to put it is like this. Imagine if you decide you want to open up, I don't know, your own restaurant, and you get, that's completely independent. It's not going to be part of a chain. It's not going to be nothing, right? And then you tell everyone, oh, we're going to be this, we're going to be this, we're going to be this, and you all can come up with recipes and everything custom for your restaurant, yada, yada, yada. And then just before this restaurant opens, and, you know, they've got all your recipes, they've got the money you put in to bring this project to life, then immediately they go to McDonald's and say, yeah, we're just going to be part of this franchise. And then immediately, when that opening day happens, there's no one going to come in because you scared off the customers you needed, and that die-hard support is gone. So now not only are you screwed out of your customer base, but people are now just going to not come in. And that's going to lead into one other problem for you. And that is basically, you're going to be foreclosing within a month. All that, you know, all that McDonald's money isn't going to save you bringing back a profit.
So, there was back when I worked at the Beat Store, there was this shop that was going to open up.
Yeah.
And they had promised over and over and over again, we are not going to be another antique store among a dozen, because there are dozens of antique stores along this little mall. And they kept saying that, like, no, we're not going to be an antique store, we're not going to do that, we're also not going to be a bar, because there's like 3 or 4 bars attached to this place.
Jesus.
We're going to be something new. In fact, we're not even going to be an Asian restaurant. There's 3 Asian restaurants. And they just like keep saying it's like, no, we're not going to be this, we're not going to be that, we're going to be something our own thing, we're going to be something better. They're an antique store.
Yeah.
Yep. They're a tiny antique store that is 3 doors down from an antique store that's basically a warehouse.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And here's the messed up thing. They foreclosed 5 months later. No.
Here's the mess up thing. They have a mannequin in the front window
Oh, Jesus.
who changes poses every day.
Oh, that's kind of funny. So let's see.
I mean, at the very least, they could have been like a game store or a technology store or, hell, a Mexican restaurant. Why yet another antique store?
Yeah, and like I said, people are just pissed.
Yeah.
And they just flat out. Okay, hold on. Something. There seems to have been an update 2 days ago on the situation. I'm currently reading it on Culture Vulture, the article. So according to this, it says, "Due for release update." Yeah. The Shenmue team has sent an email, and they say that they will not be offering refunds. And this is what they said in their email. It basically says, "Thank you very much for contacting us. The launch was previously planned for distribution on Steam. However, it was decided together with Deep Silver after much discussion that the Epic Game Store would be the best distribution platform option. Shenmue 3 will be distributed through the Epic Game Store and will require the Epic Game Store client to activate. We apologize for the sudden change of the platform. However, refunds will not be granted for this change. We thank you for your support and look forward to delivering the Shenmue experience to fans everywhere have been waiting so long for. Best regards, the Shenmue 3 team."
Boo.
Morons.
It's as though nothing happened.
Well, here's the fucked up thing. If this goes through, and if someone has deep enough pockets to actually say, you know what, fuck this, I'm suing them. Kickstarter, will basically be put into the middle of this. And basically boil down to Kickstarter either returning the money they have to return, because of a lawsuit, or the Shenmue team gets kicked off of Kickstarter and the money still winds up to the backers. It's a lose-lose to the Shenmue team. But this is an extreme situation, mind you. But I see where this is going to go, basically. It's going to be like this. Oh, we're making money, debt. There's not even going to be like a slight curve down. No, just a straight cliff. Because that's where the sales is going to be, you idiots. Congratulations, you've destroyed yourselves. You've killed your project. You fucked over the people who gave you money, who are the audience you want. No one's going to play this. There won't be anyone out there who will support your sorry ass after this, and you're not going to push copies. At most, you're probably going to make some $1,000 versus the millions you probably would have gotten had you stayed on Steam. Oh well.
Yeah.
I can't wait to report on Shenmue is the most disappointing sold game of 2019. Can't wait to report on that.
What was that?
That was my candle. Like, I just put the cover over it, and like all the air just.
Wow.
Yes, I have fart candle apparently. I wish I could calculate how I can make that thing do it more often, so that way we can make it a. But no. But yeah, like I said, I can't wait to report on the Shenmue's eventual collapse. Because I got no respect for idiots who do this.
Yep.
Okay, so that's enough of the rage. Now we've got the last piece.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe it was the Monday after the movie came out. My brother and I met with my dad to see this movie, and this is like the first time I've actually seen a movie with other people in 3 years. So this was really good. I don't remember. I think the last movie I saw with other people was was like Jurassic World or Avengers. Because like with Jurassic World, it was with a strange girl.
Mm.
It was my dad's work friend's daughter, and
Oh.
yeah. Oh wait, no, that was Inside Out. Anyway, we went to see this movie. The sad part is, it was at my old work, the movie theater. And at first I thought, oh gosh, I'm coming back here. They're all going to remember me. They're going to ask me where the hell my work shirt is so I can turn it in for insurance. Nobody fucking remembers me.
Not surprising.
Because the last time I was there, it was 2016. And what was kind of heartbreaking for me was to see people still working there, even though the last time I saw them was 2016. Like, that's rather sad. Because when I was there, they told us, you really should not be looking at this place as a career. You need to be finding more work than here. And these people are still there.
Poor things.
Yeah. But my brother and I, we go inside, we get the tickets, I pay for them. We play an Alien arcade game, we sit around waiting for my dad. And I get a text from my dad. I don't think it's on my phone anymore because it's that old. He's asking, like, I am inside this movie theater, where the hell are you guys? And I go, we're at this theater in the other town. Did you go all the way to the fancy place? He said, yes. And we called him. And he's not angry, he's just confused. Because we told him, because we have these little free movie passes to the fanciest theater in the area, with like rocking chairs and ice cream dispensers, we were likely going to go there. Turns out, because I vaguely know how the buses work to get out there, we're apparently not going to go there. And I texted my dad, we are going there, we're going to the theaters on Tuesday, because Carmike, the place I used to work at, not the fancy place, is cheaper on Tuesdays. He did not read that part.
Oh, Jesus.
He was in a neighbor town, in the fancy movie theater with the ice cream dispensers and churros. Not here. So we tell him, you have plenty of time to get here. We have your ticket. Just come on inside. You're fine. He arrives. We get popcorn. 2 bags of popcorn and a thing of soda. Because I didn't really want anything to drink. He accidentally dumps a gallon of orange salt on his popcorn. Thinking it was cheese. Because, like, again, the fancy place, they have, like, they have, like, seasonings you can put on your popcorn, and one of them is cheese. And the other is jalapeno.
Gee, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. So, I have to return that. He doesn't want to eat his popcorn anymore, so I'm sitting there nibbling on it, knowing full well that bits of this is going into the holes in my mouth from my surgery so long ago. Those are still there, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
They're healed, but they're still there. This is a spoiler-free...
Hold on. It's going to spoiler.
Yeah.
So on your end or mine?
My end, because you're roboting.
Hold
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Yeah,
go on.
I had red connection.
Hmm.
Anyway, this is a spoiler-free review of this movie.
Oh, good, because I still have to see that movie.
I would recommend it. I would definitely recommend it. Like, that's the thing. If you're a monster movie fanatic like I am, this is definitely a movie to see. They have the formula right. They have balanced it out between human drama, monster drama, and human with monster drama.
All right.
You're never with the humans for too long, and you're never with the monsters for too long. There are plenty of battles.
Hold on. Connection again.
Yep.
Me or you?
Hold on. This is just going to be a thing, isn't it?
I hope not.
This is getting annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway. The visuals are amazing. What I like the most about the movie, and this is like just a minor thing, they used music and sound effects from old movies.
Oh, really?
So in like the intro sequence, you get a black screen and you hear 1954 Godzilla's roar, the first ever Godzilla's roar. But it has been given a 2019 polish. It sounds good. And all the
So it's been restored.
Yeah, every single noise that Godzilla has made has been like either an adjustment of the 2014 or just an old Godzilla roar polished. And it's good. The fights are amazing. The designs are amazing. Like, Godzilla's spikes don't look like little sharp plates. They actually look like the dorsal fins he's meant to have. The movie is 3 hours long.
Oh, Jesus.
Because we went to the movie at 5 and we came out at around 8. This movie is great, but I only have one negative part to it. Only one.
Alright.
I want to say I can chalk this up to just my dad wanting to sit 3 or 4 rows away from the screen because there's a gap for wheelchairs so people won't kick your chair. I could chalk it up to us being too close. This movie has one flaw, and that is the zoomed in fights.
Oh, no.
When you watch like movies like Jurassic World or just Jurassic Park, when the dinosaurs fight, you're zoomed out. You can see everything clearly. In a movie like AVP, they are zoomed in. You can't tell what the fuck is going on. And in this movie, they have a mix of that, but for the most part, it is very fast movement, zoomed in, and flashing lights.
Oh, Jesus.
I have already told Bill this, and like he said, okay, I should not see this movie until it's on DVD, or else I will get a severe migraine. Yes. If you have like epilepsy or you are prone to migraines from these things, don't go see this movie in theaters. Wait until it's on DVD. But it is still well worth it. What I also liked about this movie is that they threw in a bit more humor.
Okay.
The scientist characters are funnier. There's a character in it who's a tech guy. This is gonna be like... I want to say this is the only spoiler. It's not really spoiling anything. It's just a scene.
Alright.
And I've already explained it to you, Rev. Sarazawa...
Alright, yeah, I know.
Sarazawa, his assistant, and the tech guy are talking to the government. trying to see reason with them. They get an emergency, they have to leave, and the tech guy goes, okay, we're going to just take a break to show you how Titans reproduce. I'm pretty sure the genitals have been censored. And it shows the scene from 2014 where the Mutos nuzzle their noses together and their faces get blurred. As though it's porn. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
And that's also, it's not just that, it's a double joke. You know, because, you know, Japan and how they do porn.
That and, like, they really don't know how these guys work. Study them all they want. They don't know how they work.
You can't dissect a Muto. It's physically impossible to do so.
Yeah, they said in the first film, vivisecting, not dissecting. It was so... They are so radioactive, it's impossible.
It's like Pacific Rim and its kaijus, except, you know, the kaijus had, like, were just full of ammonia and just nasty chemicals.
Yeah. These guys are filled with radiation. They are deadly. But all in all, the designs are great. There's new monsters I have never seen before. My brother freaked the fuck out with one of them. Because he's a giant bug. The sound design, similar to 2014, is spot on. And each of the human characters has a story, and you are drawn in by their story. And you actually feel for them. Unlike 2014, the guy was just a magnet for monsters. That was it. He was rather cookie cutter.
Yes. Well, actually, a lot of people, from what I've been hearing, don't like the movies. Like they say it's so unfocused, yada yada yada. And my immediate thought is these movies have, these giant monster movies have always had unfocused plots. At least when it comes to like situations, like human characters they are always meant to be bland. You're not supposed to take interest with the humans. You're supposed to take interest in the situation, what's happening. The plot is always, I don't want to say it's backseat, but it's more like the plot is unfolding and the human characters are not the focus. What the focus is the monsters themselves, how they react, how they do things. They're the characters on a technical side.
Like the story, it's similar to like Serious Sam, which is another thing I love alongside Godzilla. The story does not necessarily matter. Some movies do have story to it, but like it's so cheesy that it really doesn't matter. And that's always been the thing about Godzilla. When there is story to it, it's so cheesy or weird or just hit or miss. Your main focus is seeing which monster gets out of it at the end. And you're always rooting for Godzilla, because for the most part, he always wins. But
yeah, he's the hero in huge quotations.
When it came to Final Wars, you wanted so badly to see what monsters got out in the end. The humans, the human story was rather drawn out, really long, but it was really fascinating. Because you also wanted to see how they came out, because it's an alien invasion with monsters. Cheese.
Yes. What? It's an alien invasion monster cheese. What?
That's just been the thing about Godzilla. It's cheesy sci-fi.
Oh, okay. I just thought it's like, and then there's this monster made of cheese. I'm like, what?
No. But apparently there was a Batman villain made of cheese.
What deleted scene of Final Wars am I missing here?
I don't know. I can't say much else except for praise. I have to praise this movie. It hits all the right notes and has amazing balance. Thanos can fuck off. But it has amazing balance. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. with the how the stories played out between human, monster, etc., and a little bit of cheese, definitely cheese.
Well, that's fine, but like I said, people, a lot of people, and the big one I can say is like EFAP, which is every frame a pause. And their big thing is they go into like movies and things of that nature. They rip it apart, they analyze it. They, will call out bad movies or bad writing, and et cetera, et cetera. And some of them, they watch the movie, and they don't. Some of them like it. Others find it very the human stories are boring, yada yada. And I don't want to be that guy that says you're watching a movie wrong because blah blah blah. But that's the thing. These movies, giant monster movies, Godzilla movies in particular, all this stuff, that's not the focus. The humans are not the drive of the movie. They never are. Even when it is centered around a character, right?
Yep.
Like I want to use one of the very old movies. For example, the one about the kid being sent to the monster island and has an adventure with Baby Zilla.
That, oh, I know that one. I don't remember the name. Oh my god. It has it actually has a troll as one of the monsters, and he's a dick.
That's my point, because even though the story revolves around this kid having an acid dream effectively of being with Godzilla and everything, the story isn't about him. It is about the little the little Godzilla, no, Baby Zilla, Minyana, yes.
Manila, apparently.
Manila, basically growing up as well, and basically being like, you got to fight your fights just like your father does, effectively. And that's the point. This movie, even though there's a kid character in it, he's not the focus. He's not the one who learns the lesson, everything. Even though he does, the story isn't about him. It is about him, but it's not about him. It's the best way I can put it. And that's the same thing with Godzilla, the Godzilla movies in general. Even though there are human-centric plots to some of them, the humans take a back seat. Even if I want to say like 50% of the movie or 75% of the movie is driven by humans, right? Like human beings are the driving force of these movies. They are they're not the goal. They're not the focus. It always is the monster. And, right now I'm failing spectacularly to articulate this into reason, and I understand it doesn't sound impressive, and I sound like a fanboy. That's the best way I can describe it. If I had time and like an opportunity to really sit down and gather my points across, I would try to describe it in a better context. That's the best way I can put it. Like, this isn't me trying to make excuses either. Like, I am up to debate and kind of explain these if I had some more time and a bit more preparation. Does that make sense?
The movie is called All Monsters Attack.
Okay.
It is the kid's imagination. Like, quite literally, the little kid has kind of been partially neglected. Like, his parents are always busy and he's being left with his neighbor all the time. So it's his version of Wonderland, going to visit the monsters.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. God, that monster design is so terrible.
But like I said, I'm trying to really articulate this in a way that makes sense, and
I think
doesn't sound too fanboy.
Personally, the best movie I can reference is Godzilla 2000. That is like a great reference to this. We want to see the monsters fight. Like, we even see, like, the humans want to see the monsters fight. But there is a bit of drama between the humans. We actually get, like, very brief history with them. Like, one guy has his own network because he found the main enemy's job too unethical. Because he wants to kill Godzilla while the other one wants to protect him and study him. And we learn, like, the bad guy's assistant was best friends with the network guy. And he wants to study him too. It's just, like, the money is in the killing Godzilla area. Plus, like, I am also best friends with a bad guy. And while the main characters don't, like, the humans don't really, they're not the focus, they do give you context. Like, that is the biggest thing about Godzilla films. The humans are not the main focus. They are there to give you context. Because if you just have a movie with giant monsters smashing each other, you're not going to understand what's going on. And if you have
even then, there is some. I was going to say, even then, there is some fun with just watching a mindless monster movie. It's just, you know, it can get boring very quickly.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it.
But I can't say, like, Godzilla King of the Monsters has reached the right formula. Humans still give context. They help you understand the monsters and what's going on. They are the second bad guys in this film. Because as we all know, Ghidorah is always the main bad guy.
Ghidorah's just there because fuck this planet.
But they always give you context so you can understand what's happening. Because this is a brand new version of Godzilla. This is its own universe compared to Toho. And when you have something so new, again, going back to Pacific Rim, it's good to have context on what's going on. Because with Pacific Rim, if these kaiju just started showing up and nobody explained where they came from, we would be lost. We would have no idea what was going on. We just know there's giant robots fighting kaiju.
Yes.
Another funny thing, the credits is a remix of Blue Oyster Cult's Godzilla. And I could not believe it took my dad 5 minutes to realize it. And he's the music guy. Like, he's really good with music.
I don't know why. I'm just picturing him just sitting there in the car.
No, we were
just contemplating,
and it's theater, and like the song is extended. It's a little slow, and he's just kind of sitting there like going, and he's like hearing my brother talk to him, and then he suddenly whips his head to the screen. He goes, "Wait a fucking minute!" And all the time I'm in front of him trying to find my phone. But the very end of the credits, and I actually have a video paused in YouTube right now because I want to show it on stream.
All right.
Gave a respectful, dedication to two people known for Godzilla. Most importantly, the first Godzilla suit actor. As it's because of him, giant monster movies became what they are today. Even though he was full aware that nobody would know his name, nobody would know his face, and people only somewhat recently have learned who he is, and he didn't mind it. But,
that's horrible. Like, it's horrible when you think about it. It's like, I'm never gonna. No, I feel terrible now. No.
Like, he acknowledged this. Like, somebody actually asked him, like, you do realize what's going to happen? He goes, I understand this. As long as they enjoy my performance, I am happy. But at the very end of the credits, it mentioned his name, and gave him great respect. And at the exact same time, a Japanese coffee business made a commercial in great respect to him, and that's actually what I have paused right now. It's only 1 minute long.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
And I still feel bad about this guy.
Well, now that everybody knows who he is, they're just going crazy with praise. There's a really well done drawing of him and every single monster he has suit acted for. And I love it. But I'm not going to put it on screen.
It's fine, it's fine. But that's kind of funny, isn't it? A little bit of humility. Sorry, a little bit of humility creates an eternity of gratitude and recognition. That's something to aspire to, I think.
Yeah, but he played so many great monsters. He played King Kong and Godzilla. And
Oh, that
Rodan,
must have been fun.
and Mothra larva. Baragon, holy shit.
Sorry, I'm just picturing him fighting. You know, when he's playing Godzilla and King Kong, and my immediate thought is he's just fighting himself.
Well, the King Kong he played was in its own separate movie, King Kong Escapes.
Okay. Still funny though.
Which was a shitty movie, by the way.
It's fine. Not everything can be great.
Like, I'm sorry, but I am not actually looking forward to Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Because someone's going to have to die.
Well, no, it's just I'm not a fan of King Kong.
I am a fan of King Kong, but only because, you know, I don't know, I just like it more. Like, I don't hate Godzilla, it's just, yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I'll enjoy a King Kong movie at the equal length as a Godzilla, but I feel like I would watch a King Kong movie first.
So, fun fact, when we moved here, and Peter Jackson's King Kong was coming out in theaters, I went to see it all by myself on Christmas Eve. And I went across the street to the dollar store, grabbed a really crappy Christmas present, and went, I am never doing that again with this movie. I never want to see it again.
Oh, but I like that movie.
I liked it too, surprisingly, but I didn't really want to see it anymore. It's like, it was like Transformers for me. Your childhood just becomes a real-life film with a lot of explosions. You could watch it once and be completely satisfied. Because it is your childhood technically coming to life. And with Godzilla King of the Monsters, I want to go see it again. The funniest part about going to see Godzilla, we were sitting there and like the credits were going to start coming on, like the movie was about to start, and my dad leaned over to me and said, "Contain yourself." So I quite literally did the whole hold my beer thing. I handed him the bag of popcorn. I grabbed my bag, popped it open, and pulled out my Godzilla plushie, sat it on my lap, and I looked at him, serious face, consider myself contained. And the fun fact about that plushie, when it was Godzilla's 50th anniversary, this plushie came out with red eyes that would roar 3 times, and the eyes would glow red.
Okay.
I had the very first one of that plush to be distributed.
Oh, cool.
And I still have it to this day, and I love it. It doesn't roar anymore. The eyes are broken, so it can't glow. In fact, when I squeeze it, it makes this unholy noise. Like, I have to press my ear against his chest just to hear static.
Jeez.
It's so old. It is so old.
It's alright. But that's the thing. I'm happy where this is all going. It's good to see some recognition, and overall I'm happy.
Like, I
This
can't
has been a
say
big game, bro.
the Godzilla, like the Monsterverse, is in great hands, because the director of this new Godzilla movie has been watching Godzilla films since he was a child. And, like, it even went as far as taking his pet turtle and setting it in a Lego set and filming it go on a rampage.
Perfect.
That is a true Godzilla fan right there. Because when I was little and I started getting into Godzilla, I would take my plush purple dragon, which inspired the color decision for Galibor. I would take him and I would build little Lego cities and just smash him into it. And I kept thinking, like, I wish I had a camera.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. This is promising, and I'm hoping that this is the start of another generation of Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because if this is the case, then I'm so happy to be around now, because I can now say, this was my generation. You know? Like how everyone says, oh, Godzilla 2000 was mine, and yada yada. I can't wait to point that out. To my future son or daughter or whatever is born from me, I will point out and say, yes, this was my generation.
Your spawnlings.
Exactly.
When one of them finally fights its way from its siblings in the spawn pool, you'll tell them, this was my generation of Godzilla.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Honestly, I can see. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend seeing it either in theaters or DVD.
Times are good.
Yeah.
At least in terms of Godzilla.
Yeah. I'm actually going to consider asking my mom if she wants to see it tomorrow. Because I still have those 2 free movie passes to the very fancy restaurant with the rocking chairs and ice cream.
To the fancy restaurant. Away!
Ice cream. That's all I want. I want ice cream.
But no, that sounds like an awesome cinema, and I wish I could go there. I will find a way to go up there, damn it.
Oh, trust me. We don't really care for the fancy place.
But I do.
The theater I used to work at is historical. And because there's now 2 of these fancy theaters, they're planning on either getting rid of the really, really, really crappy mall theater or the historical place. Everybody's looking at the historical place.
No, get rid of the crappy theater.
I know, but because it's in a mall, they don't want to do it. Just get rid of the one in the mall. It's expensive as shit.
Petition for the mall one.
Yeah,
Start movement.
The historical one got a bit of a revamp. I even noticed it when we were walking through. They actually put a clock in the back halls where all the movie theaters are. Finally! Which was very weird, because when I worked there, you weren't allowed to look at your phone to see what time it was. But they never put a clock back there for us to find out. So we had to use our phones. Anyway, I definitely think it's time for us to end.
Yeah, so overall, yeah, this was a fun little segment, and yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for once again tuning into this week's Left for Random Talk. Tune in next week when we come back around for another.
Yeah,
as
we'll
always,
do our monthlies next week.
Yes, and as always, HH has her little send-off at the end, like always, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, hope you all take care. See ya.
Okay, guys, it's just me and you right now. I still recommend going to see Godzilla. Either, if you don't have migraines or epilepsy issues, go see it in theaters. Just sit away from from the screen. My usual spiel is this. Down below in the description on YouTube is a link that is not supposed to be there. And down below on Twitch, there's a creeper face, which is supposed to be there. And it'll say, support the stream by clicking here and donating. Don't click on it. Do not click on it. It doesn't work. I have been trying to get it to work for quite some time. I've had 0 luck so far. But I am very much looking into it. I say this every single time and nothing happens. It came close to happening. Still nothing. I'm trying. I am very trying. We're going to host my friend Lycan Alpha over on Twitch. For those of you on YouTube, I am sorry, this is where we're going to end. We will see you guys next Thursday, which is when we stream this. If not, then we're likely going to do it another day. I have been trying to stream on other days, art streams mostly. So yeah, have a good night, everybody.